That's a good fucking thumbnail. That's a good thumbnail. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Fuck off. That is a good thumbnail. I don't give a fuck what any of you say. That's some good shit right there. I tell you what. I tell you the fuck what, son. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. And, you know, I will admit, I'm kind of glad that I have private playlists with a fuckload of music so we can have some music in the background because Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, man, I would not be doing these if it wasn't for that. Because, hey. Whoa, that's way too loud! Ah! Jesus! Whoa! A little too loud over there, bitch. Whoa! I know the fucking loophole of YouTube and doing it directly here. My Bluetooth speaker connects while we do this. So as long as I pull up a playlist and have a background song in that playlist going, like right now, be Gucci. And I know the fucking bands and music that will not fuck me, you know, when it comes to copyright. So it's one of those playlists. And I'm okay with that. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Why did I bring this fucking jacket? Why did I bring the jacket? I get it a little low-key. I mean, I know me. I'm an egotist. Like, straight up. I'm an egotist. So I want all these fucking beautiful pins to, like, represent themselves and show themselves off. Some Whiskey 13, Lost My Blados. What the fuck is this? Actually, I should not show that. That's a very sexual thing. Got like, you know, cute little furry stud boy with his nips out. I'm not even kidding. Just getting some cute little rubs and pats on the head. You got this. You got fucking some Pro Palestine shit here. A Bernie thing. I don't even know. Like, got some fucking gonna try to take over the world. You know, kind of shit right there. I love that, dude. This is my favorite pen, though. I'm not even lying. Including all these other ones over here. I got a fuckload going on over here. It's like, dude, I mean, I can't fucking not show the shit off a little bit, you know what I mean? A lot of people will look at, like, the power, like, / battle vests, and they're like, oh, you got patches everywhere, and maybe some pins every now and then. Nah, I'm the motherfucker that's got pins and patches every now and then. And this motherfucker don't even got patches yet. So, it's one of those things where it's like, I want to put patches on here, but I haven't yet. But nonetheless, it has really, for a lot of people, been like, what is your battle vest? Oh, shit. What's going on? What's all your shit? You got furry stuff, obviously. I mean, I got this one, the good little puppy pin. And this one, too. When you join the furry forces, and then I got, you know, obviously the good boy pin. Got that one. What else? That one too. What else? I know I got more. This one too. That one. That one. Honestly, I had more, but I've lost and have gained so many pins that I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few of them that I've lost and don't even realize it. Oh, this one too. Secretly a werewolf. Tiny pin, but it works. It does its necessities. But also, at least, you know, for my hat, I got these two. Which also, considering how they're designed, you got Lola from Hello Boss over there chilling on her phone, and you got this little guy giving the middle finger, being like, fuck you, bitch. So I had to put those two right next to each other. Because honestly, you can't deny that there's almost like a weird, like, artistry to that. You got that little dude right here being like, fuck you, bitch. Fuck your ass. It's just like, nah, fuck you. I'm not even going to pay attention to you. I'm not even going to acknowledge you. I'm going to be on my phone texting my girl. It's like, yo, can't even deny that. There's a little, like, artistry, you know, with that. I will admit. Because, I mean, I saw both those, pins. And I was like, I got a way where I can honestly put that either on my jacket or my hat. And I decided to really kind of conform with the hat. Like, I decided to say, fuck it, I'll do the hat. Mainly the reason why is because there's not really much space here versus the other side. I got a lot more pins on this side versus this side. So I was like, I need these two to kind of like fill the gap. But they work. So that's all that matters. What the fuck, this song? Oh, this song right now? Yo. What's a mind wanting her? Ooh, what's a bother wanting her? Ooh, hey, my Bob, what the fuck is wrong, y'all? Hey, my Bob, what the hell is wrong with you? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Such a fucking good song. Hey, my Bob, what the fuck is going on? Oh, hey, my Bob, what the hell is wrong with you? Hey, my Bob, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Oh, hey, my Bob, what are you going to get together? What are you going to get together? Ooh. Ooh, wow. Hey, my Bob, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Hey, my Bob, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Hey, my Bob, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Hey, my Bob, what the fuck my star, my small, hey, my Bob, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Hey, my Bob, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Hey, my Bob, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Oh, hey, my Bob, what did the birds and angels feather? What did you make this shit together? Yeah, Fisherman's too fucking good. Okay, fuck this playlist a little bit low key because I swear to God, I'm gonna probably start singing some of these songs because I put some fucking bangers on this playlist. At least ones that ain't gonna be fucking copyrighted. Motherfucker! No, not another one! Not another banger! No! I am see everywhere. What the fuck? Everybody, Elvis is still the king. Beyond you, as on T, there's you and me. Oh, wow. Goddamn, motherfucker, dude. This song had to fucking pull up. Oh. Dude, this song is way too good. And honestly, finding out this is karaoke the other night, and at least, being my one song from last night on Friday, I'm definitely doing this one for next Friday. Because I'm going to be doing nothing more than just like my debut karaoke's. That's for sure. I got a lot that I've only done once. This one, and then Attack of the Dead Man by Sabaton, for tonight. So I got a few that I'm just like, I know I can at least do, but I want to at least kind of practice a little more with and just lock that shit. And Marissa is going to be my KJ that night. I guess apparently, I asked about CJ because she's one of the other KJs there, and she's took this entire month off apparently. Because I've been kind of missing her a little bit. I'm just like, where does she go? Where's she been around? I know she's got her homegirl MJ to kind of cover, but it's like, we're going on that shit. And then last second, I found out MJ was going to be karaoke on Friday, for my birthday, and then Marissa was going to be, cover for that. I was like, hey, good shit right there. But I was like, is she going to still be there? And that's still a question mark. I guess, because of her work and, her main job, she was unable to cover for that day. So Ed was going to be the main guy for it, which I love him. Bless him. But Marissa was like, no. She was like, oh, hell no. I'm going to be KJing that night. Because I told her about that a couple weeks in advance, about my birthday being on Friday. And she was like, no. I'm going to make sure that gets set right. It's literally no fault to, Ed. But it's just like, she kind of knows my vibe. And she knows that for that day, she wants to, I think she's going to put me as a priority. It's like, I need you to at least do like 8 songs or some shit. But I'm going to be there before she shows up. I'm probably going to have like my name on there already, but before she even shows up, I'm like, is it okay if I could do my name first? Fuck. I need to have like a fucking song to start with. Oh, what the fuck? Should I just do this one? I think I might. Because this song's a banger. It really is. It's karaoke, so I might just do this one, honestly, low-key. Do I want to see what's inside of you and me? Yeah. Ooh, wow. This woman, it's hard as go. It's so much y'all. Oh, man. Let's. Yeah. See, let's. That's right. You got that Elvis inside of me. He's talking to you. He says he wants you to sing. Everybody, I'm saying everything. Oh, like it, oh. Okay, if my fucking homeboys don't show up for fucking Duffy's next Friday, I'm gonna be legitimately triggered and upset at them. All of them would say, all right, we will fucking go. Logan says, like, yeah, I'll show up for that. He said that. I had a lot of motherfuckers say some shit about that next Friday. And I'm just like, you motherfuckers, I swear to God, if there's a single son of a bitch that is like, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna call their ass out. I'm just gonna be like, you did not see it and hear the spirit of Alice in your ass. And he did not come down. This bullshit. But that's why I'm gonna pressure my, motherfuckers, to come down. At least for Friday, but if not, at least for Saturday. I'm gonna be doing double whammy. If my birthday's on Friday, I'm just going to be there Saturday, too, doing the same thing. Whatever leftovers, I'll just ask Sean to be like, hey, can you keep that, in the fridge? I'll come by tomorrow, maybe bring one more cake or some shit like that. And, and just like, at least have a little something. And whatever's, left over, give it out for free. I don't even care. Like, honestly, y'all could keep it, and just, like, give it out for free. Be like, hey, free cake if you want one. Like, I'll grant that out to them. If there's any cake left over, like, I'm gonna at least order 2 cakes, a chocolate cake and then a vanilla cake. But I might order a third, regular vanilla one, just, for Saturday. and whatever's left over, I'll let them keep it. And then the next day when I show up, I'll just like, hey, bring that out and the next cake out, because I'll drop that off on Saturday and do a whole little fun party there, and then have at least a fresh one on top of the ones that were there from the day before, if there happens to be any cake left. Though, considering that tonight was popping and yesterday and today had some birthday parties going on, it seems like karaoke tomorrow is going, or not tomorrow, but next Friday it's going to be popping. I'm going to make sure I get my fucking homeboys, my family too. My mom's going to be there, so that's going to be the one time she will ever be one of my streams. I'll just say that. Because I'll show her off and be like, this is my mama. This is one person I've been kind of reluctant to show, but I'll let her know. I'll let her know what my situation is a little bit about that. At least once karaoke starts, because I want to at least, because my plan, at least for the 16th, is to at least have a nice, dinner with my mom, my brother, and a few, maybe one or two other folks on the 16th. And then, later, when it's like 30 minutes, before 9, when karaoke starts on Friday, I'll just, roll my mom over there, get my first drink, and just wait for the KJ to show up, and then just sign myself up and all that shit. And I'm going to see if my mom will sign up a song, because I want to do a duo with her. I want to actually like legit do that with her, but I want to find a song that I know she would love and I would love, because we do have a weird overlap with interests in music. Especially when it comes to like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Buddy Holly, like that old like oldies kind of stuff. Like, there's a lot of overlap with that for, with me and my mama. And like a lot of the more like metal / rock and roll, classic rock kind of shit, that's, the vibe between my dad. Like, my dad would be okay with some shit like this. He'd be tolerable with it at least. But, at least when it comes to like the oldies type of stuff, like my mom would be more into like, and then a kick in the head. Like, she'll be more into some shit like that. Remember, like, Dr. Jones? Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones. Oh, Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones. Wake up now. Like, she'll be probably some into shit like that. Or maybe some NJ. Because I think I want to do a karaoke of Human Nature, or They Don't Care About Us, or Black and White by Michael Jackson. So there's a few songs by then that I want to kind of do a little bit. And I know my mama will love it, because she's a fucking major fan of Michael Jackson. She loves MJ. So, and I want to do a song by Michael Jackson. Actually, Paul, like, he happened to start a stream literally right when I showed up at the fucking karaoke bar. I was like, okay, before I even start my stream, I'm going to hit this motherfucker up and say, yo, give me a song to do for karaoke. I asked him that, and he gave me fucking Human Nature by Michael Jackson. I was like, I don't know that. I know the song, but I don't know it enough to just fucking wing it. You know what I mean? So I listened to it a little bit. I was like, okay, Friday I'm going to do that. So, and now I might even do that with my mama. That might be my song with my mom. Just straight up. Like, because it's a good song. Dude, Human Nature by MJ. That's a banger right there. A good song. It's a beautiful song, honestly. Honestly, a lot of Michael Jackson's later works, you wouldn't think it would be, but it really is political as fuck. And I love the fuck out of that type of shit. Like, especially They Don't Care About Us. Like, that song right there. Banger, bro. Banger. Dude, Beast in Black has the best cover of that song, by the way. Like, honestly, like, the one band I think has done that song, Michael Jackson's original, They Don't Care About Us, the only band I think has ever done that better is Beast in Black. You want proof? Just listen to the song. It is legitimately like, it's like if that 80s, like, synth funk almost, like, melded and fucked and had a baby with power metal back in the day, and just fucking, that was the song. That was the baby, that song. Because holy shit, it legitimately is a notch or two better than Michael Jackson's version. I mean, it really is. I mean, that's just my opinion, but good song, dude. I mean, it just really shows how good that song is, though. Such a good fucking banger of a song. What's honestly upsetting is that there was a karaoke of Beast and Black's They Don't Care About Us, their cover version, but YouTube copyrighted to the point where it got deleted. So, because I've sung it once for karaoke and did pretty decent on it. And it was actually Marissa as a KJ, that night and the night I wanted to like do it again. It's just like, I can't find it. Like, I get deleted, and I was like, oh no. I even told her, it's like, I think YouTube's bullshit, mine just deleted because of the copyright shit. She's like, I think you're right. You want to do another song by them? And it's like, I know at least like 4 or 5 of their songs, so just fucking, hit one of those, and it wouldn't matter. And I think it was From Hell With Love was the song that she picked, which I know that song, and it's a good one. I sung that at least a couple times before in the past. It's definitely, for my vocal talent, a little harder, but it's a good fun one. Because a lot of it requires like that, yeah! It requires kind of like those, kind of like uppers, like a lot of that, like, archipelago, like upper kind of shit. Just kind of stuff. It's like, a lot of that is like the more upper, octave range. And I could do it, but depending on how my fucking vocal box is in the day, there's some days where I just can't do it. Because there's definitely been times where I know for a fact I've done some songs that can go, yeah, go way high up there and nail it. And there's times where I've done those songs and I just fuck it up immensely because my vocal range, it just can't go there yet. Well, it's not yet, but it just can't get there. At least in the current status that's in, it's like, it's one of those things where I, at least, especially as a vocalist and a musician, need to kind of practice on a little more. Because, like, there's a lot of, like, elements of music that I definitely got the talent for, but I need to take care of my shit, to really make it, a good thing. Because, like, it's hard to just kind of wing shit like that. Especially when it comes to those higher octave kind of things. I guess in a way, that's why I'm more of a punk head, because it's easier to do vocal punk, kind of vocals and stuff. Like for this song, for example, it's like, you could walk us in the suit I'll tell how to go you and the end come to here and dwell. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? I mean, that vocal style for me is perfect. Just that raw shit. And honestly, that's why I'm more of a punk more than a metalhead these days. Like, I used to grow up as a metalhead, but nowadays I'm just like, I'm more of a punk because I just fucking raw, like, like, I mean, that raw shit is like more reminiscent to me nowadays, more than anything. I mean, like, metal kind of like, in a weird way, like, artistically harnesses that in a certain direction, depending on what genre you're into. Like, because there's like power metal, like, fucking death metal, thrash, whatever your fucking shit is. Like, there's a different, like, path with metal with stuff like that. But, like, with punk, there's kind of just this raw, concurrent, like, straight, mainstream, like, there's a main energy and a core energy to it, fundamentally. And it's fundamentally just a raw angst. And angst against the system is countercultural. It's a thing that is meant to fundamentally challenge what is the status quo of the cultural norms. And for me, especially, I mean, it's like punk has resonated way more than ever these days in hindsight, more so than metal, growing up with that. Because, like, metal does do that as well broadly as a genre, but punk is like the raw, fucking like uncut like shit of that basically. I mean, like straight up. I mean, because like it's not like metal doesn't do that either, but I mean, there's something about punk that really like overlaps a lot of that like raw cut shit to kind of the heavy like kind of being metal as fuck, but at the same time kind of being light, like got a little that mestizo, like kind of like kind of fucking shit. You got that like hardcore like reggae like and then you got like that little metal like and then you get a song like this by fucking like the Gorilla Sphincters out of fucking Chile, who is a fucking scarcore band. You get a song like this, conveniently fucking playing for what I'm talking about, and it's like, dude, this shit is like, what makes this shit fucking raw, dude? You want to hear? I mean, dude, that fucking brass right there, dude. I mean, you can't tell me this is thrashy, but punk as fuck. I mean, you cannot tell me that the overlap is there. With that ska, too, it's like, oh, dude, it's good shit. And I fucking wish I could see this band live, but they're in fucking Chile. I mean, the idea of fucking seeing them in America up here, ain't gonna happen, but so many bands that overlap this shit. Oh my god, this is such a raw, amazing energy. I fucking love this shit. I mean, this is why I've been way more of a punk lately, more than a metalhead at this point. Because even Tyler's recognized it. It's like he even said to me, it's like, you used to be a hardcore metalhead, but now you're more of a punk head at this point. Like, well, I'm still a metalhead. And it's like, yeah, that's true. Like, I see my friend Tyler, and he's like in a thrash metal band, Atomic Terror. Is more in depth with the underground metal scene. While I'm not in a band, but I'm in the underground punk scene here in Portland. While my friend Tyler is way more in depth, but in the metal scene of the underground scene around here, and that shit overlaps so hard. Like, there's so much overlap between the metal scene and the punk scene here, where a lot of these bands will even play in the same fucking shows. Like, the Volume Block Party here in Portland is going to happen the week after my birthday on Saturday, the Saturday after my birthday. And I'm going that shit. And the bands I'm going to be uploading and all this other shit, it's going to be kind of wild. Because, like, there's a lot of bands that I don't even recognize yet, but there are some bands I've seen before, like 1876, Los Momblados, all these other bands that are playing there. I'm just like, ooh. It's like, dude, last year was fucking amazing, and this year's going to be amazing, too. And what's fucked is that I requested a day off, but my manager didn't take that day off. So I'm just looking at her, I'm like, I'm sorry, but you realize I'm calling out that day, right? You're going to have to rely on the new guys to fucking close that shit up on Saturday. And if they can't do it, then tough shit. Sorry. At least it's after the fucking corporate walkthrough shit, which is on my fucking birthday weekend. So at least it ain't that. But still, like, I requested it off on the same time I requested my birthday weekend. So I don't know why she didn't fucking at least, put my... I would have been happy, honestly, with a split day weekend. But she didn't do that. So I'm just going to call in. Sorry. I love her, bless her, but I have solidarity with her, but that's the day I'm calling out. Sorry. I'll literally I'll work overtime and stay until like 1 a.m. on Sunday. I don't give a fuck. I mean, if it's that fucked, I'll do that. But, I mean, on Saturday, you think I'm missing that shit on the 24th? Fuck no. I am not missing that. I don't give a fuck. Because especially when it comes to like boosting these bands out there, that's kind of why I love doing what I do. Because it's not just this shit. I want to fucking, put these bands out there. And when I do, like these, the folks of these bands will actually even show up on those videos I upload and be like, "Thank you for fucking putting us out there." 1876, Los Moblatos, Mata Vega, and Shivas. Like a lot of these bands, the Dark Gun, the Vignettes. Like these bands have contacted me on my channel, said, "Thank you for fucking putting our shit out there. Like, thank you for at least putting our voice and our music out there, so people can listen to us." They are happy and thankful for it. So that's why I do a lot of what I do when it comes to at least the music side of things, because I'm a musician myself. I would want the same thing. I would want other people that, are putting shit out there to be like, "Yo, let me know what your channel is so I can fucking share that with my own platform and get our shit out there, get our act out there." I mean, so like as a it's like musician to musician kind of shit, where it's like I want your shit out there because you're talented fucking people kind of thing. So I was talking to Ray Wilson earlier. It's like he wants to do some projects, and was talking even Tyler a little bit, my friend, and like I want to do some hardcore kind of punk shit because I know he's kind of a punk guy himself and wants and is desperate to use his equipment. And a lot of equipment that I want, to make my own shit, he has it. And it's like, I think there's an opportunity there, and I would love to fucking work with his ass. I mean, to have those connections is a great thing. I mean, fundamentally, because, like, it's, oh shit. Did I fucking, I forgot I put this song in the fucking goddamn playlist. Ooh. Dude, fucking, oh. Fuck police. Fuck, dude, this song is such a banger. Dude, this is like the fucking, honestly, for me, this is like the song of the year right here. Like, I still fucking, will drop this shit out of nowhere because, such a banger song. I suppose, like, I mean, the whole, like, I ain't voting for you to fall undecided with Biden. I mean, that's a little bit of a, don't gotta worry about that anymore, but, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, Kamala better fucking, be smart. Because if not, she ain't gonna be, I mean, she's gonna be in the same fucking boat. But luckily, I think, well, maybe not luckily, but at least optimistically, I think, she would be a little bit better about that, but it's kind of like a hope and see, I think. It's like literally an Obama moment. Hope and change, we'll see, and is it going to betray us or not, kind of thing. Well, this is kind of where I see it with that type of shit. Because it's I mean, there's been a lot of concessions, for progressives, for people like me, where it's like, it's genuinely good, but I still got like a weird cautionary like pessimism about me. I'm like, is this really what you're fucking believing in, or is this some bullshit? I think the thing that is keeping me from really truly feeling that way is because of Tim Walz as VP. Because that dude, I fucking love Tim Walz. That motherfucker is a goddamn king of kings. Like, he is a badass motherfucker. Pro-labor as fuck, like, witty, charismatic, like, yeah, not the youngest guy, but, I mean, an older fellow, but, like, is able to be compatible not for the youth, but just for, for oldies as well. Like, he is a guy that it's got the riz, the charisma, an ability to talk and be compatible from the young and the old and everyone in between. Like, he and a pro-labor guy, a hardcore, like, pro-union dude, and a fucking, like, a major advocate when it comes to, like, restraining our foreign policy to invest more domestically. Like, he's one of these type of dudes. And it's like, the fact that he's a Veep is actually kind of insane. Because holy fuck. I mean, imagine him running in 2032 or 2028 even. Or some shit. Like, I would, honestly, at this point, I think he's our new Bernie. I think Tim Walz is our new Bernie Sanders. Because we need a new Bernie. Bernie's too old. I love him. Bless him. I'm inspired to shit. The reason why I'm politically active and a union man and a trade unionist is because of Bernie Sanders. But we need a new Bernie. And Tim Walz, I think, is the guy. I mean, I've seen a couple of his rallies out in Arizona and Las Vegas and Nevada. I think both of those rallies were earlier today or yesterday. And both of those things, like he legitimately is like fucking witty, policy-oriented, does not read a teleprompter. Like, he has this like standard of his talking points and what he wants to push, including, fuck Kamala. I'm recognizing, their like outline of what they push, but I mean, Tim Walz way more so, but Kamala less so, but they're willing to at least, be off the cuff a little bit and not read a teleprompter and seem like some fake corporate fuckball that's just reading some bullshit that just galvanizes people, and that's it. Just to whip a vote up. Like, I mean, Tim Walz is beyond that, and Kamala is like, I think she is a little bit, but the fact that she has enough political conviction and intuition and instinct to, like, offer breadcrumbs to progressives, not just even that, but at least, something that where she's full on conceding to progressives. Like, the best VP choice that she could have ever done was Tim Walz, and who's her fucking VP now? Tim Walz. Because, like, it was literally narrowed down between him or the worst case scenario, Josh Shapiro. And he is a scumbag piece of fucking shit. Fuck him. He might as well be a Republican, as far as I care. Especially with how much of a Zionist piece of dog shit that he is. Fuck that piece of shit. He's nothing but scum. At least Tim Walz has something to fucking offer people. Not just that, he has a record to prove it. Especially recently. Like, with Minnesota, this last, like, electoral cycle, having a one-state majority and him as governor, just fucking slaying left and right when it comes to shit that fucking matters. It just makes me think that maybe Kamala might be a corporate dem. Tim Walz ain't, though. And the fact that she's her Veep makes me think that he's going to be enough of a voice and a pressure for her where she might want to go the corporate DNC establishment route where he will say, no, don't do that. Here's a better, compromise where it's actually beneficial for people, including you fucking, donors that, are trying to bribe you one way or the other. It's one of those things where it's like, I think he actually is going to be able to stem the tide of some of the corporate elements of, Kamala. Because lately, I think it seems like Kamala's been kind of like neutered by Biden. Because Biden's been just like the racist, misogynistic fucking, if you ain't black, you ain't, fucking, blackjack, if you don't vote for me, or whatever the fuck, it's like, he is an old racist fucking piece of shit. He advocated for segregated busing and shit back in his old days in his early career. So fuck his racist ass. So it's like, I honestly can see why he neutered, or I guess in this case, spayed, Kamala as a VP. It made her power as a VP weak as shit. Because the vice presidency is only as strong as the president makes it to be. I've recognized this when it comes to American politics. Because there's been plenty of times where the vice president has been a strong candidate and a politician in an administration, while there's been plenty of times where they haven't either. You have George W. Bush, where, fucking Darth Cheney might as well have been running the entire administration, while dumb fuck McGee Bush over there was a fucking face, that was able to, like, give a nice, friendly little veneer to it. And make it, and basically be the charisma and the riz to fucking sell America into the fucking fascist, dark, evil shit that fucking Cheney was solidifying. And he ain't the only motherfucker that did that. Reagan started that shit and codified it. Cheney was just fucking continuing the, framework and the fucking pathway. And by the way, do you think Trump or Project 2025 is different? Because it ain't. It is the exact same shit right there. They're, like these Republicans, Cheney, Reagan, etc., they've been wanting Project 2025 since 1999. And, they've been wanting that shit for a long fucking time. They have modernized it with a Project 2025, fucking bullshit, but it's the same rhetoric, the same policies, the same shit the Republicans have always wanted since Reagan, but now they're a lot more bold about it. That's the main difference. They're more bold, and they feel like their arrogance, is what bolsters that shit. But if anything, they're too retarded to realize that that is a burden and will fuck them. Why do you think Tim Walz and fuck Kamala are slaying right now? Like, they're fucking shit up. When it comes to the polls, when it comes to, like, broader public opinion, like, Tim Walz and Kamala are, like, neck and neck with Trump at this point. Because a lot of Republicans are not really fond of Trump. They just realize he's the Republican candidate, so they'll probably vote for him anyway, but they're not really fond of him. And some of them are probably more likely to branch away from him. Because, like, Tim Walz with Kamala, like, I guess, like, in a weird fucked way, like, Kamala's, like, more of the conservative appeal when it comes to the Democrats, while Tim Walz is the progressive leftist appeal. Honestly, that's what it seems like. Tim Walz is the leftist progressive appeal for the Democratic Party, while Kamala is the pro-cop, pro-establishment candidate in that, administration, like, election when it comes to their candidacy. Like, that seems what it is, in a way. Kamala's more of the establishment, while Tim Walz is the opposite of that, and it's a way to kind of balance it out. That's what it kind of seems like to me. Which, you know what? The fact that the Democrats are willing to even acknowledge that and at least, concede to that, strategy is, it shows that they're at least willing to learn and start switching the shit up a little bit, which I'm fucking glad for. But did it really have to take since, like, 2008 for the Democrats to realize this shit? At least 2012? Are we fucking serious? Did it really take this long for Democrats to realize that offering breadcrumbs is actually worth a shit? And maybe not, like, thinking about their coffers and their profits and their fucking, money bank, fucking coffers and shit. Like, what? You think that's the most important thing? Because no, it's not. And also, it's like, if you want the maximization of all that shit, maybe you should care about us too. And maybe, in the short term, invest in us so you can make more money for yourself and for us too. It's like, there's a win-win in this shit, but none of these fucking elite capitalist fuckbags, especially on the Democratic Party and the Republicans, none of them are able to recognize or even acknowledge it. And even if they do, they're just willing to look at the short term and say, fuck that shit. I don't care what the long term says. I just want my short term immediate profit. I want the most amount of money now. That's all they care about. I'm not even a pro-capitalist. I want to abolish capitalism. But even then, I can recognize, a genuine, way to sustain and keep capitalism. But these fucking scum can't even understand that because they only care about that fucking short fiscal quarterly profit. That's all they care about. Why do you think my shit right now, when it comes to my work, I have to do all this deep clean shit. I have to stay longer. They're willing to take a cut when it comes to labor hours just so they could get a nice fat bonus, just so they could get a good, nice, fat, easy grade A on their fucking walkthrough with corporate. Not the state in the state regulatory agencies, but corporate and their agents and those motherfuckers who are willing to walk through and basically never compliment or, say, hey, you did a good job, but, you missed a little spot here and there. Tonight, make sure you get that. No, not even that. That's the barest minimum. Not even that. It's really like, oh, this is not satisfactory. How dare you not do this into our satisfaction? Oh, yeah, you spent 3 hours deep cleaning this fucking shit that has literally got 5 years of grease, grime, and bullshit, and you took only 60% of that grease and grime away from this wall or the floors or whatever. Nah, that's not satisfactory. I could give a fuck if you fucking were busting your ass, sweating balls, all this other shit. Nah, fuck that shit. Go fuck yourself because you're nothing more than a cog and scum to me. If anything, how dare you? How fucking dare you not fucking, make sure that is satisfactory for me as your operation manager for the district of our, departments as the deli. How dare you? And our fucking, ops manager is legitimately a cunt. She's nice to me because I think she's done this thing with me before. There's been a few years in the past where I've had to deal with her ass too. So it's I think she's recognized that, I know what the routine are, when it comes to that, or what the routine is when it comes to, closing and the deli and shit. So she kind of trusts me to just, figure shit out. But, hey, I'm not a Superman. I'm not Starman in the night. I'm not fucking David Bowie of Starman, bro. I ain't that fucking song. I ain't that motherfucker. I'm all to bust my ass, but, holy shit, I ain't no Superman over here. I ain't no Starman. That's not who I am. And this idea that you could just fucking use me for that shit, no, that ain't happening. I'm willing to fucking, bust my ass, like I said, but there's a limit. Fundamentally, there's a limit. And if there's, certain things that I want to fucking do, even if it's my own personal thing, you know what? It's not a valid excuse for the company. Fuck you. I don't give a shit. Because guess what? I have a life, and I want to live a little bit. Yeah, I want to go to karaoke bar, instead of having to, waste my fucking bullshit, nitpicking fucking cleaning garbage, until midnight on a Friday or Saturday night. Fuck that. Do that for me on Sunday or Monday or any other day. But not those days. But, nope. It's ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. And honestly, the weird thing is, too, is that the ops manager is actually pretty friendly, like I said, with people like me or other coworkers when it comes to the actual managers. Like my manager, when it comes to Kim, she has cried and walked out multiple fucking times because of her. Because of this cunt. And it's like, why in the fuck are you so friendly with me when I know that you are literally the most biggest, evil, wretched, wicked witch of the West bitch to my fucking manager, where she wants to walk out and quit and just leave. And she's told me that. She'll be like, I'm just done. She's doing this, she's doing that, she's ordering all this other shit, and she's like, she wants to tell me that, oh, I know how to order it, blah, 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 when she doesn't understand how we fucking do our shit. She's doing all this, and it's like, you think this isn't going to fucking impact our own manager and how she feels about things? And she's one of the few managers that actually does genuinely care and is passionate about us and the work that she does. And to see her in how, like, emotionally and mentally how she is lately, it's literally a night and day difference. It's actually kind of fucking freaky. Like, I've never seen her so like, fuck this cunt, fuck this job, fuck this. That's how I feel. That's how I'm supposed to feel. But my manager is feeling this way. It makes me realize, like, whatever flaws she really had in my critiques of her as a manager, you know what? That means fuck all, dude. That means nothing. Because holy shit, whatever those problems were, that melted away into solidarity. It's there now. Because holy shit, dude. It's wild. Because I don't even know really truly how to explain it unless I just record it or something. Because, like, there's some weird double standard. Like, I'm treated friendly, when it comes to the ops manager, but she wants to treat my department manager like, she's fucking lesser than scum. It's like, if you want to treat me friendly and recognize that I know what the fuck I'm doing, and a lot of what you're asking me is basically the daily duties, and I know what that is, and all sort of shit, why aren't you treating my fucking manager with that same respect? That's giving me a weird fucking mojo. Why are you being friendly? Like, what? You think I ought to be a manager? Because guess what? I'm not going to be that. In fact, I'm trying to find a fucking way out of this job. But it's like, why? You think I'm going to want to be a manager or some shit? Like, I don't know what her motive is with it. I don't know why she's more friendly with me than my own manager or anyone else. I've noticed this in the past week, and it's fucking weird, and I do not like it. In fact, there's been department managers of other stores. Like, there's a Safeway in Lake Oswego, and a couple days ago, that department manager of that store happened to be at our store. Apparently, he knows of my name, and I don't know who the fuck he is, but he knows of me, and it's like, oh yeah, he makes great sandwiches, and this and that, and I wish I could see home from my store, blah, blah, blah. Like, he wants me to be in his deli, not mine. And it's like, I recognize you because I've seen you once before, but who the fuck are you? And also, it's Lake Oswego. That's like Milwaukee's West Lynn. That's like the bougie, aristocratic, fucking like NIMBY bitches that I do not want to deal with. Like, no, I don't want to deal with NIMBYs and libs and fucking hardcore gated community. Like, oh, these radicals. Like, that's like but like, yeah, that's like Westland's, like Milwaukee, basically. It's like, it's like, no, I don't want to be there. I mean, Lake is kind of a cool place, but it's bougie as fuck. It's definitely a middle/upper middle class neighborhood and community. Like, it's not a blue collar working class neighborhood in town like Milwaukee is. Like, where I live is a blue collar place. Lake Westland, all these places, bougie as fuck. Just straight up. Ooh, got some low 7. Ooh. I should probably put a little more. I think I might need a little more Zepp on this playlist, low key. Well, I need to be careful about that though. I need this playlist to at least be safe enough for YouTube. I don't want this shit blocking my ass. So I'll just let that maybe be the only Zepp song. Because I know MDC and all these other bands, ain't gonna really trigger a copyright. And even if it does, it's soft as fuck. And won't block any of this shit, so. This is gonna be MDC. Don't cross the road. Don't drive. Not the same way. I'm not during time, millions dead cops, less is a kill. Pound still, and thought, it's already myth. So you can get away with. Millions dead cops, bigots, thugs, on a rampage in the name of drugs. They had the need. Take down road, can't you see? God, the cheese, the ups, club exclusive, inconclusive, no landlord, non effect, no junk neck. Welcome to our Lord, son of the grave, you brother, father, victim of the slave. Dead cops, lots of the kill. The wolves, solid still, let him up, a sorry man. See you can't get away with. Lots of dead cops, bigots and thugs, on a rampage in the name of drugs. On a ranch of the agony, looking down the road, can't you see? I'm leaving dead cops, lost and kill, not a wolves, sorry still, really rock, I'm sorry man, you can't get away with. Millions dead cops, bigots and thugs, on a rampage in the name of drugs. Running rich and we, agony, see on the road, can't you see? Motherfucker, this had to fucking pop up. This song? Motherfucker. Okay, this playlist is too much of a banger. God damn it, because every time I fucking hear a song, it's like, oh, this is a banger. Oh shit, this is a banger. Oh, this is a banger. Motherfucker. I keep fucking having bangers on this playlist, but you know what? That's good at least, because they're not hardcore copyright struck. So I can't really complain that hard. I'm just glad that I'm able to find bangers that ain't copyright struck. I just kind of wish my phone wouldn't be so retarded about this shit, because, I mean, with Streamlabs, I mean, it would fucking connect to this, but with every the other phone it would. Not with this one, though. I don't know why. Streaming with YouTube directly and somehow having a loophole playing a playlist on YouTube with this fucking thing. Apparently that's okay. But if I do it via Streamlabs, it's gonna literally play like it might as well be from my speaker, or y'all literally listening to it directly. Well, I'm trying to fucking yell over on top of it. I don't get that. It's so ridiculous. I just hope that fucking 99% alcohol fixes this goddamn phone, dude. It's not on, right? Yeah, it ain't. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to find like a little tray or something to drown that fucking thing in 99% ibuprofen alcohol, because at least for what Stefan said, that'll fix the mic and all the other shit, including the haze on the, the water stains on the camera. So if that ends up being the case, then hell yeah, dude, that'd be lit. I mean, if it's 99% alcohol, it's gonna evaporate. I mean, it's alcohol, so I just hope he's right. I mean, he's had this shit happen to him before in the past, so I trust him. But I think I kind of want to get some of my hard drive shit on this thing off of this phone first. I mean, because I trust my friend, but I got a little bit of a fucking funny feeling about it, you know? It's one of those things where it's like, I trust him, but you gotta make sure, you know? You want to make sure. Space. Looking for some booties. Is it cocaine arenas? UFO and big rigs far from home. Oh, no, UFOs and big rigs far from home. Oh, 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 oh. It's been a fucking fat minute since I've actually played that song for karaoke, so. I wish this song was the fucking karaoke, I will admit that, but for UFOs and big rigs, I haven't done that in a fat minute, so I might do that for Friday. Depending on how many people are doing karaoke for Friday, for next Friday, this upcoming Friday, it's like I might be the guy. And that's okay. I also kind of want that. I want to be the main motherfucker for karaoke Friday. It's like, hey, I got some debuts, but I want to make sure those songs are available. Like, I'm going to dig hard and wide to see if there's a karaoke, even an instrumental of the song, because I love this song, especially for the music video of this song, "Swim" by Fishbone. Dude, it is raw, rocking, but also sexy as fuck, dude. The voluptuous black woman that they put for this music video is literally the pinnacle of their time. Like, there was, during the 90s, when this for the song's music video back in the 90s, like when this first came out, like, it was unknown and a rarity, and if anything, it wasn't even a mainstream thing for a black woman, voluptuous, sexy, and curvy in all the ways that white women tend to be in music videos. Like, this song for this music video is one of the first times back in, especially during the 90s, where it kind of established that Fishbones was one of the bands to really look at black women and say, yo, we are like a beautiful, voluptuous thing, attractive thing to look at. So look at us. Like, they were the music video was basically that in a nutshell, in a way. And it's like, it was meant to really be a push for accepting just human beauty that isn't stereotypically the white stereotype that was in part of the American music culture at the time. I mean, at least not really, at least in a way where it wasn't seen as a stereotype. It was seen as the norm. I mean, because there was a stereotype about that type of shit for a while, for a long time too, but Fishbone is like one of the bands to really make it like a non-stereotypical mainstream, like this is just a normal sexy thing. Like, you know, check it out. I mean, that's what this music video was about in a way. Because, I mean, it took place in public, you know, LA Pool out in Los Angeles during the 90s, and they got a bunch of people to show up, and the video itself is so fucking fire because of that. It's so awesome. Because they had their, like, you know, choreographed shit, especially when it came to, you know, the woman I'm talking about. But, like, everything else in between was just literally a raw fucking just party at a public pool. Especially for the song, Swim. I mean, there's a reason why they did that. And that, the music, like I said, fire as fuck. It's such a raw, awesome fucking music video. And also hearing some Red Hot Chili Peppers earlier tonight, it really made me want to, like, talk to, you know, the people that were singing that song earlier tonight, because, like, I don't know if y'all, it's because I want to say, it's like, I don't know if y'all heard some Fishbone, but, like, this, I mean, that band was heavily inspired by this shit. I mean, like, Red Hot Chili Peppers made a whole album and, like, put even some of the record and shit, you know, in, like, this house that they rented and just found and just stayed at for, like, a month or so. And they basically, like, had, you know, a bunch of, like, different sounds, percussion, and all sorts of shit, you know, from the house itself, but recorded that entire album and did all their studio recordings in that fucking house and all this other shit. It's like, that's literally some straight Fishbone shit right there, though. Like, this whole, like, you know, raw, like, we're just doing this shit in the garage or the house and we're recording a bunch of shit from the house itself and our own raw energy. I mean, there's something to that where it's like, it's exceptional. Like, outside of any genre, really. Because a lot of genres do this, like, when it comes to rap, hip-hop, pop, punk, metal, like, all these different bands, like, there's all sorts of genres and bands from these genres and artists that do this shit. I mean, Post Malone has literally made albums and fucking made music in his fucking garage in his fucking house. I mean, he's known for being a very talented and very diverse artist. The dude has literally done, like, a YouTube live cover live stream of Nirvana. And that shit is legitimately awesome. I've listened to it in its entirety, and his whole, like, little jam session cover thing that he did for YouTube, like, that was awesome. I mean, and also, he was a country artist and the alt metal artist, you know, prior to even being popular. Like, he was, like, in the metal scene and, like, the rock and roll punk scene, you know, prior to even being popular. So it's like, the dude just got fucking talent. I mean, a lot of his music isn't necessarily my thing, but I recognize the talent, and a lot of what he's done, I fucking love. I mean, you know, straight up. He's one of those artists where he kind of transcends, especially when it comes to genres. And there's a lot of artists like that out there. I mean, it's like, there's a lot of shit out there right now that is so fucking good, but people don't really realize it's out there. It's kind of sad in a way, because, like, I mean, it's not as easy to find a lot of this music, but if you at least have a basic foundation, like, you know, me listening to Lost My Blood, it's like, with the song, Give It Up. Like, I mean, give it enough listens, YouTube will literally recommend other bands that are like this, and your palette will suddenly expand pretty rapidly. Like, I mean, it's happened to me. I've found a lot of bands via the YouTube algorithm because I will look up other bands I've seen live, like this band, Los Malvados, who I'm obviously a hardcore fan of. You know, obviously I'm a hardcore fan of. I love them. You know, I know a lot of the musicians of that band. I've talked to them. I'm acquainted with them. So I know a few of them. It's like, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like having that establishment, you know, even the algorithm, whether it's YouTube or any of these other platforms, they will fucking throw shit at your ass. All sorts of shit. I mean, so, it's one of those things where I truly appreciate, you know, knowing some of these obscure bands and being out in these shows. Even if it's bands I do not know at all, or even have been around for a long time, like Fishbone, and I will find out, like, last year. Like, I mean, the only reason why I know Fishbone is because of Los Malblados, because Stevie, the trombone player of Los Malblados, he told me that their next show, last time I saw them back last year, was with Fishbone. I was like, really? I never heard Fishbone. If you're talking them up, though, you know, let me go to that show. And I asked my dad about that. He fucking knew Fishbone. I was like, okay, I'm buying 2 tickets and we're going. Like, it was sold immediately after that. And to this day, I never regret any of that shit. And that's the connect shit, though. That's the connection. Because the only reason why I was even doing any of that shit was literally because I knew one of the guys from Los Malblados. That was it. That's literally the only reason why I knew that show. And even went to it. And tripped hella mushrooms off of that show, too. Because, dude, I was peaking so hard with Fishbone. I mean, I will admit, I don't even visually remember most of that show, but the music and the vibes and everything, that still sticks to my head. And, I mean, it was nothing but positive. That's all I know. Because it was just a fucking amazing experience. And a lot of those songs, and when it comes to that band, like, I still know, obviously. Like, a lot of those, you know, songs, like Swim, Get a Sound Wave, Servitude, Fight the Youth, all these songs that they've done, they played live. And it's like, you know, there's like a weird, like, nostalgia because of that. And if that makes sense, I guess. Because, like, you know, to trip so hard, but kind of, like, forget it, like, you know, formally, but still have it in my mind. And then to kind of relive these songs to be like, yeah. It's like, there's something to it. It's part of the reason why I love going to concerts. Because even if I, you know, don't necessarily know a band, but at least remember the name or at least one of their songs or something like that, you know, later down the line, I'll find them or rediscover them or something, and I'll be like, oh shit. I'll be like, ooh. And then, like, you know, and there's like an extra level of positive, like, oh shit, hell yeah, kind of thing. I mean, there's something to it. That's why I just love going to live shows. I mean, because there's something to that energy where it's like, even if it's like a one-time thing, and somehow like social media or YouTube or just knowing that band later, looking them up later, whatever it is, it's like to kind of rediscover that energy and angst. It's like, oh, there's something to it where it's just fucking amazing. I love it. Where's that lamp, by the way? Where'd that light go? There it is. Wait, this is the wrong one. You know what? I'll make it work. Where'd the other one go? Because that's on my dad's lighter, so I don't want to lose that. Oh, there it is. Got it. Bruh. Why are their bangers fucking playing over and over again? This is one of the karaoke I want to do on Friday. God damn it. Motherfuck. Goddamn fucking Rammstein had to fucking play right now. I want to take a piss and then this fucking song had to play. Son of a bitch. Motherfuck, dude. Ich bin Ausländer, die einmal vergeht. Ausländer. Ich sage jetzt, ich egal wie. Ausländer. I don't want to do a P dance, so I'll be right back. I'll just let the song play out because fuck it. Too much of a banger. So hab ich mich schon früh gezwungen, dem Missverständnis zum Verdruss, dass man Sprachen lernen muss. Und wenn die Sonne untergeht und man vor Ausländerinnen steht, ist es von Vorteil, wenn man dann sich verständlich machen kann. Ich bin kein Mann für eine Nacht. Ich bleibe höchstens 1-2 Stunden, bevor die Sonne wieder lacht. Bin ich doch schon längst verschwunden und ziehe weiter meine Runden. Puppy! Come here, doggo. Hello, football. Hey, okay. Hey. You're fine. Oh. That's why. Oh, that was what's going on. Your tail was fucking stuck in the little armrest. Oh. No, we don't want that tail stuck there. Yeah, we don't need that shit stuck there. You don't want to unintentional. When they're just looking at me like you're a little weirdo. He's like, yeah. Yeah, see, you're fine. You're okay. Nah. Dude, you're so over dramatic, bro. Such a melodramatic little thing. Until it happened to be in a spot where it wasn't comfortable and you want to be like, and freak out over it, and you're okay. He just wants to be a victim. Oh my god, dude! Look at this. Look, this right here, dude. Legs spread out beyond galore. Balls presented, in a way where it's unreasonable. It just. What is this? What is this? What is this? What the fuck is this though? I mean, it's like, bruh. Oops. What the hell is that? The phone fucked up. No. Stop it. Way too loud. There we go. What is this? What the? After that little, this is what he does. He's like, yeah. Boo! My mistakes. The Japanese. Hey, yeah. Stop licking the sweat off my face. Go to war. Business scams are what we've died for. What? You think about civilization as long as I can be. Generation. Yes, it's time for the stars and stripes. Oh, corruption! Bring it down! Bring it down, 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 down. I'm sorry, a real patriot. I'm sorry, the flag. Just to work for real change. Rednecks and bombs don't make us strong. The real courage to you to be ourselves. To the best time of the world, so to change the world. It's how we are every year. It's all no thought. All you is you. The feeling scares you. It's not ability. So you chicken out and me. Say love it. Oh, leave it. You talk and criticize it. So you fight to defend your useless flag. You wanna wear banner, public grab, ban on the you go move to one. Oh, well, what just could one of us do? It's all about money and power, driving crutches and the roaches. It's all just so exciting day. So get yourselves first from the inside out. We can start by training, trying to shit. We can stand. It feels good to lift that monkey off your back. You take all your shot. To take the last way, like the last way, sports. This little bloody boy. Too sweet, got a ball. Causing trouble for the system, much more fun! Isn't it? Little anarchist. Oh my god, look at that little fucking lethal little face. Stars and stripes, love corruption! This little face. This little face. And I build this better place than you. Oh, you're just a sweet boy. Yeah. You notice when your face is like way too close to my fucking face. Hey! What did I say? Your face and your fucking mouth are way too close to mine. I'm willing to give you kisses, but do not do that to my lips. You do that everywhere else but my lips. You know what? You're just gonna have to suck it up. You're too much of a ragdoll, bro. Really, dude? You are sprawled beyond recognition right now, bro. Bruh, this is absurd. This is genuinely absurd, bro. Dude, you got a lot showing off right now. Because that's kind of even uncomfortable for me, dude. They don't even see it, but dude, bro, the uncomfortability of the fact that your balls and dick are just like sprawled out for the world to see is ridiculous, and I do not like it. Why are you doing this? What is this going on down here, bro? Can you please close these legs up? Like, seriously. I have to force it on you. You're not even paying attention. You're just like, you sprawled away. You don't even give a fuck. In fact, you enjoy this. You enjoy the shit out of what you're doing right now. Because you're a fucking freak. Are you even awake? Did you just pass out or something? I think you might fall asleep. Dude, look at this. Oh my. Dude, I think he died. He's dead. He just passed away. He's dead. This is like the corpse just reanimated. Oh, the corpse is reanimated. Oh, now the leg has been sprawled out even further. Bruh, what is this? What are you doing? I'm so glad I ain't even on camera. Because, bruh, what's going on down here is ridiculous. It's absurd. I was just smacking this fucking leg meat. You don't even give a fuck, dude. What the hell? Ah, fuck. He's too much of a little percussion dog. Why do you love this so much? I'm literally beating your balls and your dick and your fucking thigh meat, and you don't, and you love it. Why? Why? What is wrong with you, bro? Are you even a dog? Are you an alien that has just like traveled down on our planet? Who are you? What are you? Are you about to take a nap because I'm doing this right now to you? Oh my god, bro. What are you? How do you love anything that I'm doing to you right now, bro? I'm literally slapping your thigh meat in your balls and you don't give a fuck. Bruh. How? Like, seriously, bro. How? I mean, seriously, dude. Dude, this dog is literally about to pass. Oh, look at him. I'm literally smacking that fucking leg meat, dude. And dude, he don't give a fuck. He loves it. What is wrong with him? What the fuck is this? Like, seriously. Like, seriously, what is this? Legs are sprawled out. You're okay with me slapping your fucking balls, apparently, and you have no pain receptors. Like, what? I just straight up smacked them balls, and he barely flinched. Oh, he flinches, but that's all he's doing. Bruh. This dog, though. Bruh. Oh. You're so ridiculous, man. Get up! Don't give up. Whoa. Oh, give it up. Oh, give it up. Oh, don't give up. Don't give up. Are you just a ragdoll, bro? Ugh. Fucking ragdoll, dude. Ugh. Yeah, you. You're a fucking ragdoll, bro. Why are you such a ragdoll, bro? What? Do you just let me do whatever you want with me? With you, like, bruh. Oh, wow. Aww. What is this? You just stuffed his little face. Oh. What was that? What was that, bro? Oh. You're such a lazy boy, bro. What? Oh my god, dude, you're a little freak, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Where do you think you're going? Where in the fuck do you think you're going, bro? You're in my grasp now. Yeah, you're trapped. You're fucked, bro. You're screwed. This is your fucking truth. This is your reality now. Okay, this is your reality. This dog's so much a little sleep boy. Honestly, I'm just kind of getting a little zen, just cuddling this little fuck. I don't know if he wants it though. He's just like, oh, look at, oh my god, look at that little fuck. What is this right here? Oh, epic cheekness, sweet cheeks. Oh. Honestly, look, Sukov, I'm just gonna be honest. How in the fuck do you even accept or even okay the shit that I do to you, bro? The fact that I do shit like that to him, and he's not even flinching. You know what I mean? He's not flinching. I can smack him all day long and he won't move. It's like, what is this, man? Oh, papa. Your chunky teeth. You got some chompers. But you do not do anything with them because you bitch. Whoa, what are you doing here, bud? You're a ball of squeeze, dude. I could just squeeze the fuck out of you and just make all them internal organs pop. And even then, you don't give a fuck. I literally put all my pressure on your ass and you don't care. Dude, you do not give a fuck about anything that I do to you, bro. Is there anything? Is there anything that I could do to you where you're just like, nah, bro, I don't want that? There's nothing I can do to you. You're incapable of being abused. What do I do to him? Like, there's literally no way for me to hurt him. He's incapable of it. I just want them owners as a dog owner, where no one can bitch about me because nothing that I do to him hurts him. Just straight up. I can rip his flesh off from his fucking face and he won't do shit. Look at him. He won't do shit. He actually wanted to catch my hand. In fact, he will. Look at that. Look at this. Oh. Bruh. Oh my lord. This absurdity. Oh. Okay, I got some hair in my fucking mouth. Little papa. Oh, who's a good papa? So I'll give a little surprise kisses, but you cannot do that to me. Okay? I'll give you little kisses on the face, but you just can't do that to me. You have to be a good boy for that. You have to earn that. This lady's a little fuck, dude. Oh my god, bro. Is there anything I could do where you're not even trustworthy of me anymore? Because everything you're doing just strikes me as something that I could literally, I could fuck your ass up and you probably would not care. What, you want my hand? Oh, he wants, oh my god, he wants my little more. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. You fucking baby. Literal baby princess. I can't fathom this shit, bro. I can't even understand or fathom what the fuck you're doing because it's too much. Oh. This what the? It's too cute. You're too cute for your own good, bro. This dog is a cuddle monster. Ridiculously. The ultimate cuddle monster. I do not care that I'm slapping that shit, bro. You're the one male that could give a fuck about that. I'm not even withholding force. I'm putting not maximum, but a lot of force in that, bro. Ain't no good fuck. You're like, oh, this mildly irritates me. You'll squirm a little like you're doing now, but that's all you do. Do you have no, like, nervous system shit going on there? Is there a, like, lack of nerves or something? Why can't I smack that shit and you literally could not give a fuck? Because if that happened to me, I would literally be on the ground for literally about like 2 hours. And here you are, going to fuck. Bruh. Dude, you're a freak. I want to hear no Hufflepuff. Oh. Oh. Oh, dude, oh my god. I don't get how he accepts anything that I do to him. I have decimated the balls in more ways than one where any man would fucking say, I'm done. In the first fucking... But nah, dude. You stand. Not just stand, but you lay on my lap. Sprawled out. Embracing and, if anything, yearning for more. While you just sit there and daydream like a little weird bitch that you are. Bruh. You're like, wait, what the hell's going on? Ooh, Jungle. How do you not give a fuck that I do that to you, dude? Why do you not care? You literally embrace it. Look at this. I want more. It's like, what is this? I want more. I want more drums on my belly and on my dick and balls because I love it. Drums. He's enjoying it so much he wants to give you a foot. A foot? Give me that foot. It's my foot. What's up, buddy? Oh, fuck! Oh, ow! Oh my god, he got my balls. Oh my god. That's what I get for smacking his balls that entire time. Fuck! Oh, god. Oh, that hurts so much. Oh my god. Fuck me. Oh my god. Oh, you asshole, bro. You asshole. Where you go? Fuck you. I want to stop you. Oh, you asshole, man. Oh, okay. Ow. Oh, fuck. That hurt a lot. Oh, dude, that I had to fucking take a prone position on that one. Oh my god, I had to fucking go prone. Oh, fuck me, dude. I had to go prone. Oh my god. Fuck you. Oh, now you're hiding about as far as away you can from me. Good. Oh my god, guys. Oh, dude. Holy shit, that actually made me not feel good at all. Dude, that ascended up in my gut, dude. Oh, fuck. Oh, dude, it's just, ooh. Oh, you bastard. Oh my god. You know what? I kind of deserve that. I really genuinely deserve that because I was using my dog as drum for about an hour. So, I kind of deserve that. Oh, man. That was rough. It's been a minute since it hit me that hard. Oh, now you're close to the laundry room door. That ain't gonna protect you, dog. That will not protect you. Not that I care anyway, but still, man. Oh. Dude, I am feeling that. Oh my god, bro. Fuck. It's made my gut feel fucking furious. Like the pain in the balls are gone, but it just transferred. Now it's in my gut. And now my gut is doing something weird. I'm just hoping the weed fixes it. That's fuck, dude. Oof. That was gut, like a ball / gut punch and like a quantum kick. I don't even know how to explain it. It was like a quantum kick. It hit me in the balls first, but it went like quantum with it. We're hitting you in the balls, but in the gut at the same time. But neither at once. It was like some quantum Schrodinger shit or some shit, bro. It's like, bruh. I can't accept this right now. It's so fucked. It's actually weirdly enough kickstarted my gut to want to be eating a lot of food. Actually, is there a silver lining to that? Because now I'm starting to feel better, but now I just want to eat a lot of food. Did it just kind? Did Zuko kick start my digestive system? I think it might have done that. Like I wasn't hungry at all for like hours. Like I ate a lot of food before I went to the bar, so am I just is my stomach like, hey, we're empty again? Eat a lot of food. Is that what's going on? Because I think that might actually be what's happening. Despite not really having munchies or being hungry right now, my gut's saying that though. Just because Zuko kicked me in the balls. I was using his balls as a drum. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, his legs are like bloop, splooting, and I was playing that shit like a drum, and he could not give a fuck. He's always been like that. I could smack it around like a drum, silly Willy, string Billy, and he wouldn't give a fuck. He doesn't care. That's honestly the weirdest thing about him. You would think any dog would be like, I don't like this. The only time he kind of whined was because his tail got caught, in my like little handlebar thing here. Like, it got caught on that. That right there. Well, I guess you can't really see it, but it's that. It got caught on like the little like armrests on the chair and shit. Well, his tail did. So he didn't really obviously like that because his tail got crooked in a way where it obviously it's painful. But beyond that, I mean, he loves everything I do to him when it comes to that. Hold him like a little baby, smack that little like smack his legs and his balls, just like they're like a little drum set. He's just like, oh, I don't care, just meh, meh. Like I don't know why, but he don't care. It's so weird. The weirdest little fuck that has ever existed, bro. I mean, I love him. He's so weird. Just proves he's an alien. Sukov is an alien. Fundamentally an alien. Get this feeling. Get this feeling. This feeling. Oh, feeling. Oh, get this feeling. No, this feeling. Oh, get the vibe on you. Feeling. There's always something about Norman Fisher's fucking bass lines are so goddamn good, bro. What's also awesome is that he actually does do bass lessons online and stuff. I actually will post that shit on YouTube too sometimes because I'm subscribed to his channel, and every now and then he'll upload like some bass lines or like, you know, a little jam session he's doing, or he'll upload some stuff like, hey, I offer some bass, you know, sessions and, you know, some bass learning, you know, shit. If you want to be a student and learn from me, you know, it's like I'm just, and I need to hit my friend Rip City and myself, honestly, you know, to that shit. Because Norman Fisher, dude, like, you wouldn't think, but he's literally one of the main reasons why Fishbone is such a fucking big band is the way it is. Like, because his bass lines and a lot of his creativity is what made the fucking band in a way. Not the only one, obviously. Like, it was like him and like 4 or 5 other dudes. Like, but especially for his bass lines, I mean, oh, it's so fucking good, dude. I mean, at least honestly, I think he genuinely, at least as an underrated bass artist, like as a bassist, like he's genuinely like probably one of the top 5 underrated bass artists in general. Like, there's a lot of bassists that are, you know, pretty prominent. You know, like you got like, you know, fucking what? Well, oh my god, why am I blanking on his name? Clayton, the guy from Primus. I don't know why in the fuck I'm forgetting his name. I know his last name is Clayton, but I don't know why in the fuck I'm forgetting his name. But you got him. You got fucking oh my. Okay, I'm realizing I I know the bands, but I don't know their names. Holy shit! At least not right off the bat. I feel like I should have, but I need to, you know, kind of Geddy Lee, you know, of Rush. So okay, all right, I at least got that name. But you got like Geddy Lee, Stephen Harris of Iron Maiden, Les Claypool, yeah, Les Claypool. It's not Clayton, yeah, Claypool, Les Claypool, yeah. Like, you got Les Claypool, fucking Stephen Harris, you know, like, you got a lot of these bassists who are fucking influential and, like, pinnacle to a lot of the genres that they're a part of. And Norman Fisher, at least for Fishbone, like, he kind of transcends that in a weird way. He's underrated as fuck because, honestly, arguably, he is what made people like Les Claypool and fucking, you know, Red Hot Chili Peppers, like, he made that band because those guys have literally directly said, without Fishbone, we would not exist. So it's like Norman Fisher directly, at least, you know, has some claim to say that, you know, Red Hot Chili Peppers was inspired directly from them, and without them, they wouldn't be a thing, arguably. At least not in the way that we know them today. I mean, even if if RHCP, you know, was still a thing, without Fishbone, they would not be what they are now. Because they've directly said that, you know, multiple, you know, all of them, you know, at least, you know, the original band members have said that, like, yeah, like, without Fishbone, we would not be who we are. Because they directly inspired us, you know, with our sound. So it's like, I mean, that's why I love Fishbone so much, because because all these bands and all these artists, when it comes to metal, punk, rock, etc., at least in a more modern sense, from like Royal Blood, Primus, you know, Red Hot Chili Peppers, everything from the 90s onward, I started realizing like Fishbone has a fucking huge influence on all these bands. And I did not even realize that until I fucking met Los Mamblados and started talking with them and hanging out with them and asking them, yo, when's your next shows? Even if you're an opener or the headliner, I don't care. What's their next shows? And it's like, and when I was talking to him, it was like, at least when I found out about Fishbone, it's like, yo, we're going to be opening for King Youngblood and Fishbone. I was like, oh, Fishbone, that sounds like an awesome band. And Stevie, trombonist, was like, yo, you don't know about Fishbone? I was like, I've heard about it, but I don't think I've actually listened to the band. It's like, yo, you gotta fucking go through that shit. Fuck us. Fuck Los Mamblados, man. Fuck me and fuck all that shit. you got to go for Fishbone, man. I was like, you know what? I already love you guys. I'm going to see y'all for that alone, but if you're saying that, I trust your word. I'm going to even listen to that shit on my way home. I want to hear this band. And I don't regret it at all. At all. Because holy fuck, dude. I hear that influence. I mean, dude, they're such an underrated band. Legitimately. Because, like, there's a lot of bands that a lot of people are aware of that have probably, whether they really know or not, have been inspired by Fishbone. Such a fucking great band, dude. Especially when it comes to like the alt rock, metal, ska, funk scene, because they're such an alternative, like experimental. Really, honestly, like I guess really they could be considered like a prog rock ska band, but they go all over the place, and that's what I love about them so much. They will do anything, and that's what's great about them. And so many bands have been inspired by that, and I love that for them. I really have such a strong appreciation for that band because of that shit. And I hope to see them again live, man, because holy fuck, dude. They, even to this day, they have such a strong, badass fucking live show. To be fair, my bias is high on mushrooms. But I don't care. The one time I saw them and I was high as fuck on shrooms, I don't give a fuck. If anything, that solidified how great they are. Because it's such a positive memory that even if I don't remember every tiny little detail, who gives a shit? Like, the fact that it's such a positive memory and I remember skonking to the beat, fucking, you know, like, rocking to that shit, you know, like, all this other shit. Like, I mean, that alone says enough. I mean, especially when it comes to their songs, because every song that I especially love and my favorite songs out of them are all songs I've heard live. So it's just one, and like I said, it's just one of those bands that are so pinnacle and influential and like long lasting, despite how underrated they are. Including Mojo Nixon, by the way, the guy playing in the background. He unfortunately passed away earlier this February due to heart failure, but he died in probably the most rock star way possible that didn't involve drugs. Like, honestly. Mojo Nixon died in a way that even he would be proud of. Like, honestly, like, I feel, I cried when I found out about it, but you know what, like, learning about it, I was like, he would have loved it. Because he was on a rock and roll cruise with Jello Biafra, with a few other old rock and roll artists that, you know, he was hanging out with, all these people at a cruise, and he performed the show with his whole band, you know, Mojo Nixon, Skid Ropers and shit. Like, he, you know, performed one good show, and then later that night, he had some heart problems, and he's like, I need to go to my hotel room. And you know, at the fucking, you know, at the boat, you know, in the, in the cruise that he was on. And then later that night, they found him dead because of a heart failure. But he had some drinks, you know, he played a show after, you know, all that and everything else. Like, that's a rock star way to go, you know, that doesn't involve like heroin or some hard drugs and shit. Because, you know, Mojo wasn't really about that. Maybe he was in his, you know, younger youth, in his young days, like in my age. But, you know, in his older age, he was a sober dober outside of maybe having some drinks here and there. And that's how it went. You know, I had a cruise, maybe had a drink or two, performed a show, had a heart failure after that. Honestly, what better way to go, man? I hate that he had to go, but if he had to, that was the way to do it, man. When I found out about that, because I saw some stuff about Mojo, like he had some interviews in the last few years that their full interviews were uploaded. You know, Joe Biafra had an interview with him on his podcast that was private, but it was uploaded not that long ago, like I think a couple weeks after his death. I didn't realize that up until I looked Mojo Nixon up, just because I was like, oh, what, is he touring or something like that? Nah, I found out he died. I was like, fuck, no, dude. And dude, this is the second time this happened to me too, by the way. Like back in 2020 or 2021, Ann Feeney, who was a labor attorney and a lawyer for workers' rights and like a major labor advocate as a musician, as a lawyer, and as an activist. Fucking a beautiful woman, and her views in her life and in her own personality, in her own physical self. Like, she was just a beautiful woman in every fucking way. And I found out, due to COVID complications, she died of pneumonia back in 2021 in February. I was like, bruh. I was like, bruh. And that was when I just found out and discovered her. And, started getting into her music and getting into her history and her life. And then all of a sudden, I find out that, oh, yeah, she died of pneumonia due to COVID-related complications back in 2021. It's like, fuck, dude. I mean, that was a gut punch. And then to hear Mojo Nixon had a, not exactly the same, but a very similar complication, and then to have that fucking shit happen, bruh. That was a gun punch in itself. And also as fuck, we got like Dave Dichter, Jello Biafra, a lot of these OG motherfuckers that I've seen before too, and it's like I've talked to, hang out with, somewhat acquainted with, and all this other shit. It's like, dude, when they have their moment, it's like, dude, I don't even know, bro. Especially with MDC and Jello Biafra, it's like, fuck. Because Dave Dichter is such a cool dude. I love him, man. I've had, a few conversations with him because I've seen him in multiple shows. On the Volume Block Party, at Fest a few times. Also, like, he's such a cool dude. And the rest of the, band with them, they're great guys. Awesome dudes. And, and I know one day, because I'm such a young motherfucker, Dave Dichter, Jelby, all these motherfuckers, like all the people I looked up to, especially as a musician and an artist, especially for these genres, I have to fucking face the heat of the fact that, yeah, they're going to be dead. Now I'm going to have to fucking like drink in their name one day or one night or some shit. Be like, these motherfuckers, man. Because shit, bro. Too inspirational and too fundamental and too underrated for like what made rock, metal, punk what it is today. Including when it comes to genres that aren't really a part of that anymore. Like rap, hip hop, stuff like that. Without Dave Dichter, without Jello Biafra, without Les Claypool, without Fishbone, Norman Fisher, without these people, these genres would not be what they are. When it comes to music, none of these genres would be what they are without these artists and without these, people in music. Yeah, they might not be the genre that you're into, but without them, your genre wouldn't exist. That's just fucking truth about it. I mean, music and art is fundamentally a subjective, taste thing for sure. There's fundamentally the objective truth about art fundamentally, no matter what, is art is subjective. That is the objective truth of art, is that art is subjective. And, but despite that, though, there is like kernels of objective truth within all that. Without certain artists, like a lot of different subjective branches and, outlets and paths that art can take wouldn't be what they are without certain artists in the past or contemporarily even. Because a lot of these artists that still exist. Norman Fisher of Fishbone is still alive and well, an old man, but he's still living, still kicking. Jello Biafra is still alive, still does shows, still makes music. Like, there's a lot of these artists that still are alive and well. Steve Harris, Bruce Dickinson, if I remember, like, those guys are still alive. I'm about to fucking mosh my shit off, in Minneapolis, to their ass here in September. So, I mean, it's like a lot of these artists are still alive and well, but without them, the genres that we see today would not exist without them. I mean, that is the fucking objective truth there. Subjectively, love, hate, agree, disagree, or enjoy or not enjoy the music or whatever they fucking made, but without them, your shit would not exist today. Without them, that's just fucking truth. It's America. America's most common denominator. The money. Mojo. Now juicy yourself. Lord, nervous. Oh yeah. Feel it. Yeah. Burn down the malls. Burn down the malls. Burn down the malls. Burn down the malls. Yeah, burn down the malls. Burn down the malls. Yeah, burn down the malls. Burn the malls. Yeah, burn down the malls. All you realistic speckers. They will set to rock and roll. That's how you read, what you watch, what you listen to. Oh no, oh no, oh Mr. J-Vance, oh Mr. Drop yourself. I'm gonna try and walk around this animal. We're gonna have war on drugs. War on drugs. War on your suckers. War on Central America. National. I am Censor. Well, burn down the malls. Burn down the malls. Yeah, burn down the malls. Burn down the malls. No, shopping malls. I love that little song. Such a fun one. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna get myself some food and all that stuff. I don't think there's a way for me to pause the playlist if I have it going. There literally isn't. I figured there would be here, but my little notification thing where normally that would be there ain't there. So I guess California Uber House will be playing in the background while Smokey Sauce will wrap it up, I guess. You know what that reminds me? I need to do We Got Bigger Problems Now by Dead Kennedys, in the future for karaoke. It's been one of my songs, for a minute, but you need to do it again. California, Oberallis, California. Whoa, whoa. It's just like you. Sometimes I'm natural. Sometimes I'm lost a race. Without to hit me out. You say the laws that you obey. January, you will be California, Uber Alice, Uber Alice, Uber Alice, California, Uber Alice, California. It's 1984. Knocking at your front door. It's the Suede and the secret police. And they're coming for your uncle and niece. You'll go crazy to a block cap. This is on the thing. It's a glorious $4. Of course, it's gas. That's all about famous. With the mess with come on. Pneumonia, Uber Alice, California, Uber Alice, Uber Alice, California, Uber Alice, California. Honestly, I kind of want to make a modern version of that song, but for Kamala Harris. Considering that she happens to be a Californian herself, but a cop too. Because we got California Uber Alice, we got Bigger Problems Now, and then the modern version with Arnold Schwarzenegger as governor, where Joe Biafra made a version of that song. There's no studio version of it, but there's live versions of that song. I kind of wish there were studio versions of the song, though. But still, it's a good song. But I definitely want to make a modern version of that. At least mostly for Kamala. I mean, I will admit, I think she's been way better as a Democrat versus other Dems. At least especially down ballot right now, considering a lot of Dems are being bought and sold by AIPAC, but yet she's kind of a little reluctant about that. But also at least willing to give like a fucking olive branch to leftists. So, I mean, I'm generally kind of open about it. I mean, I might still vote for Jill Stein myself personally because I know Oregon's going to be a landlocked Kamala blue state. But I'm willing to at least give her a chance. Honestly, I don't even besmirch anyone voting for her. I mean, honestly, that's my take on it. Like, you want to vote for Kamala? I'm not even going to fucking challenge you. I'm not even going to fucking, like, cool. Do it. I'm not even going to fucking argue about it. I got my conviction for now, but that might change. Honestly, I mean, from now until Election Day, that genuinely might change. And honestly, as it stands now, I'm way more likely to vote for Kamala than Jill Stein. But I'm still a little convicted on Jill for now. Mostly for, having that direct action kind of pressure for, Jill. Or not for Jill, but for Kamala. Because, I mean, the more she feels that pressure, the more that, she generally is going to kind of feel that need to appeal to that. That's kind of where I am with that. Like, I will never fucking besmirch anyone vote for Kamala, but, for me, it's like, I want to see what her term is like. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I want to see what her first 100 days or so are like, because that will solidify how I really truly feel about her ass. Because, I think she, is genuinely capable, especially if Tim Walz is her Veep. She's capable of being a bad bitch, like, in every positive way, and I want that. The cynic in me is being cautious, but the optimism, hope in me is like, ooh, be a bad bitch, and I want you to fuck up shit so good. Because, ooh, so far it seems like that. And I want that to stay consistent. Genuinely, because I've always wanted Dems to just fucking offer something for the left. It's like, that's always what I wanted. And if Kamala and Tim Walz are the motherfuckers do it, then yes, please, something. Like, that's all I ever wanted. I'm not really fond of Kamala, but Tim Walz being the Veep, shit, man. Imagine what he could do later down the line politically. 2028 or like 2032 even. Like, that motherfucker being president? Whoo! Why these things change so late? Dude, that's what I hate about it. This fucking shit, what was going on right now with Tim Walz and Kamala, all this shit right now should have happened months ago. As soon as Joe Biden was seen as, uncompatible, especially when it came to Israel and Palestine, this is when this fucking shit should have been happening. Granted, better late than never. But you know what? Fuck, dude. Like, Kamala at least has enough instinct to understand that, like, the progressives want something. We need a young candidate. We need, like, a Bernie-style candidate as well. Kamala isn't necessarily a Bernie-style candidate, but she's young enough. But Tim Walz is a Bernie-style candidate. And honestly, as far as I'm concerned, what Kamala, her ultimate strength is Tim Walz. I've seen his rally speeches, and honestly, man, I'm way more inspired by Tim Walz than Kamala. Because here's my personal opinion. Every time I see, like, Kamala on stage or in her rallies talking, she legit, like, kind of sounds like she's drunk as fuck. Like, legitimately. It's like, how we all doing? Oh my god, I'm so glad we're all here together. Like, she legit sounds like a Californian fucking, like, Central Valley yuppie girl that's drunk as shit on, like, way too many mojitos or some shit, bro. Like, but Tim Walz, though, like, there's a weird balance with that where he's like the quirky uncle, but he's got the riz, the charisma. He knows how to joke and kind of, like, go off the cuff, but also be policy, consistent and push that shit at the same time. Like, he's literally in the jack of all traits that are in all the right areas. Like, for me, like, the reason why I'm actually kind of optimistic about Kamala is because of Walz. Like you said, you're, like, voting for Walz, when it comes to Kamala and shit because of him. And that's kind of the main reason why I'm open to that. Like, I'm still wanting to try to challenge Kamala and pressure her as a direct action, electoralist, perspective. But like I said, like, if people want to vote for her, I'm not even going to fucking argue with it. It's like, fuck yeah. Honestly, do it. I just am privileged enough to live in a blue lock state where I can afford to maybe do that and use that as an extra pressure to make her be more left and more progressive, especially with someone like Tim Walz, to recognize that element of the Democratic Party and the progressive left of America and use that as a way to be like, yo, let's fucking galvanize these other people that are still a little cautious about us right now. And maybe we didn't win them quite yet, but are willing to be locked down with us if we're fucking willing to do some shit. Because that's what I want. I would fucking love to see some shit go down with that. Because I do think she's capable of that, and Tim Walz is. And also when it comes to vice presidents, like the vice president, especially from what I've recognized historically, from other, administrations in the past, the vice president is only as strong as the president makes him to be. Like, they do have their limitations for sure, but there have been times in the past where vice presidents have been just as, if not even stronger than the president. George W. Bush, like Darth Cheney, right? Like, that motherfucker was, like, more stronger than W because W was basically the surface of the administration that Darth Cheney was really running as a Veep. So it's one of those things where it's just like, I mean, the vice president is only as strong as the president makes them to be, despite those limitations. And I hope Kamala recognizes that Tim Walz needs to be a strong vice president, especially domestically, because holy shit, he is such a fucking awesome motherfucker. I cannot get over that. I will admit that this is probably the best fucking thing Kamala's done so far. I mean, genuinely. Or the Democrats, period. Like the DNC, the Democratic Party, Pelosi, all these motherfuckers pretty much making sure that happened. I mean, are they is it better late than ever, but are they starting to realize that maybe conceding to the progressives is actually a good thing? Even if you got radical fucks like me that are a little bit more to the left and shit like that, I'm at least willing to look at that and be like, at least you gave me something to vote for instead of against something. Because it's not just being against Trump, to fucking win my vote. I mean, it's just like, oof. The fact that they were able to at least realize that, it's nice. It's actually kind of genuinely nice. When it comes, I had to at least get my thoughts out. Hey, before I read the comments, I'll just say, I'm grateful for something rather than, yeah, exactly. The thing is, that's why I wanted to kind of get my shit out there, because I know with you and I, when we have our conversations, and you sometimes get a lot of you get a lot of your shit out there, but sometimes it's hard for me to get myself out there. So that's why I want to make sure it's out there first. But I know what you mean. I pick the world and drop it on your fucking head. That's what I want to do. And Tim Walz is a guy I think capable of that. I'm honestly genuinely just way more optimistic about him than more than anyone else. I ain't gonna but he made the shit actually taste sweet. Lamau. Honestly, you know what? Yeah. Because even for me, I will say this, I'm not 100% convinced, to maybe vote for Stein. The only reason why is just because Oregon is a blue lock state. That's pretty much the only reason why I'm kind of open for that. But the Tim Walz VP position and Kamala actually being a lot more open to hear progressive voices in their party and shit, there's a lot of things about her so far where she's actually making genuinely good, political instincts. It makes me think that because of Biden's dementia ass fucking racist piece of shit ass, just fucking stunted her. Because let's be honest, Joe Biden came from the era desegregation, pre-civil rights, during the era where buses were still segregated, and he even advocated for that shit back in the day. This motherfucker is so Parkinson's dementia addled that he's probably literally living those days, at this point. So he's looking at, Kamala you're a black woman and a woman, so fuck you. So he legit is probably so done, sundowned and Parkinson's addled where he just doesn't respect Kamala for who she is as a politician. Flaws and all, as a Democratic, establishment candidate. It's and it really shows how fucking broken Biden was fundamentally in this whole shit, and how he fucked so much of the Democratic Party for so long. He literally, I don't know if you know this, but in 2020, he literally said, I'm going to be a one-term president and I'm not going to run again. He said that back in the day, back in 2020. And then he literally, for 8 months, literally went, all the way to fucking fight his way, crawling, screaming, clawing his way to fucking keep, the candidacy and all this other shit. And what did it cost us? Basically a coin toss between Kamala and Trump now. The only reason why Trump is still stagnating is because of J.D. Vance and because the Republican Party is insane. And Tim Walz, when it comes to him, has the riz and charisma where he knows how to fuck the Republicans in a way where it makes them look like freaks because they literally are freaks. It's everything has suddenly flipped. Honestly, when it came to the Trump attempt, on his life and shit when it came to Thomas Crooks. Before Biden dropped out, because Biden, didn't drop out yet when that happened, I legit thought it was a mandate for Trump. But until Biden dropped out and then Kamala became, the main candidate, like, I was like, oh, this is coin toss now. But then Kamala made Tim Walz the VP, and I was like, ooh, now this is something that's actually worth fucking, being contested for. This is actually worth being active for and actually, like, talking about it a little bit. Even with my system, it's like, because I do have my reservations, but I mean, like right now, it's like, ooh, I mean, it's a genuinely competitive electoral cycle now. I can't even really predict what the fuck is going to happen at this point. Like, because I was kind of like calling shots for a minute when it came to like what was happening electorally for a while, but after the Trump assassination, everything literally went like, who fucking knows? Shit happens, it happens. So like, I'm not even going to predict what's happening, because after that, I was like, what's our life? What's happening? I was like, what's going on? Like, at a certain point, I was like, dude, our politics are too ridiculous to even predict. This is insane. Like, so to see what's happening now, it's like, it's still on that level, but at least it's good. It's not like the idiocracy, like, fucking level that I thought we were going down. Now we have a fucking light of the tunnel, a genuine one. I was like, oh, it's like, yes, we actually have something for once. And and at least for now until election day, Kamala's got a lot to prove, but I think we got, a lot of hope to, see her actually having some genuine good political influence, especially with Walz and, as her VP. I think we got a lot to look forward to. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm not even going to try to predict anymore, like I said, but I think there's some genuine hope to be had with that. There's a level of cynicism with myself, but I'm a lot more withholding about that. Just because, like, so far, outside of, like, a hiccup here and there with Kamala and her administration or her campaign so far, like, it's been pretty much the right marks so far. So, I'm willing to at least hold out. I'm willing to see. That's kind of where I'm at. I want to see. I want to see what she's got to offer. And if there's actually some good shit, then fuck yeah, dude. I mean, because so far, I'm getting convinced. I don't know if I'm 100% there. I'm probably about like 75% there, but I'm kind of about there. Because, like, so far, she's making the right decisions. Even if it's not her decisions, even if it's the DNC, whoever it is, whoever's making the decisions, they're making the right decisions. I think they realize that, like, they have to placate this shit or else, like, Project 2025, Trump fascism, all this shit would just basically be a mandate. Like, I think they are starting to realize that they have to fucking concede and placate their fucking shit in their own greed and, like, listen to us for once, at least for an electoral cycle or two. But you know what? If that's the case, then fuck it. I'm taking it because that is some momentum. That's opportunity to organize. There's an opportunity to galvanize and get the base, and these people together and make some good shit out of this. We have a foundation, and there's already other people outside of Kamala and Tim Walz. Like, there's already other shit out there that's established with this. It's only a matter of time, especially with like the slow burn with it, to really make it something worthwhile. That's kind of what where my cautiousism is, I think. It's because we got a lot of momentum building right now, and I just want to keep that pressure up. That's kind of where I want to put my voice at. That's kind of, I guess, where I'm not 100% convinced yet when it comes to Kamala, at least for now. But, I mean, the main reason is because of that pressure. Like, because there's a lot of that growing right now. And to hear the Culinary Union 264, to be shouted out, because think about this. That fucking union is probably one of the most historic fucking unions in America, in most recent history. They're the longest standing union to fucking have a strike. The culinary and concessionary slash janitorial union of Local 254 of of that union in Las Vegas were going on for a decade-long fucking strike. And Paul Parkey of DFAT Fried, as a child, because his parents are blue-collar union workers of the glass molders and pottery workers, Local 254, fucking, student solidarity with them. He partook in that fucking strike as a kid and has a lot of fucking, stories, around that because of that shit as a kid. And it's like, and that is a historic fucking thing where that unit has a lot of power and a lot of historical influence and voice on the national stage because they have the fucking merits, the balls, and the fucking historical context to fucking prove it. It's like, and more are these unions becoming more of a mainstream voice and a mainstream topic. Shawn Fain with the UAW, Sean O'Brien with the Teamsters, the culinary union of Las Vegas of Local 264. It's like, and all these, it's becoming more of a popular thing. It's more mainstream more than ever. And that shit is so exciting because even for my contract that's about to be negotiated here pretty soon, that is probably going to be the most aggressive contract we're going to see in a long time because of what's going on right now. I can't really confirm that, but it really seems like that might be the case. And the next negotiations for that are going to be happening on my birthday weekend. So, I guess I'll find out, after that weekend, which is next week. So, because the next negotiations are the 14th, 15th, 16th. So, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So, who knows? That's going to be the first round of full long-term negotiations. There's already at least like an establishment of like, all right, expired. Here's our basic, established, foundation, what our, wants and needs are, and blah, 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 what we want you to concede on. That's already been established, but now the long-term genuine negotiations side of things are going to start. And that's what's going to happen here with, next week. So eventually I'll find out about that. But I hope that it's going to be, aggressive because it's fucking necessary. And I hope our contract expires on May 30th, 2028. It would be a shorter contract, but I don't give a shit because the UAW, the Teamsters, SAG-AFTRA, the UGA, like all these other WGA, like all these fucking unions have been putting their contracts on that date because Shawn Fain specifically is organizing a general strike for May 1st, May Day, International Workers' Day for 2028. It's a slow burn, but the fact that's already starting to be kind of like talked about and kind of like, at least, in the zeitgeist so far, that alone is a positive thing. And that is a necessity. And it's a slow burn. You can't have it now. Like, it's not something that happens right away. But given enough time, that shit will be banging. Because you think that fucking, picket sign right there is going to be the only sign that's going to be in my fucking, background? Fuck no, it won't. In fact, I've been to more strikes than the UAW. I've been to that fucking strike where when that was going on a year and a half ago, like, I went to that shit a few times. That's just the sign I decided to keep. And, add a few things to it. At least the stickers on it. But you think that ain't the only fucking strike I, partook in. The Portland Association of Teachers Union, I partook in their strike once. I partook, in at least, one or two other, strikes here in Portland. So I've literally walked the walk, let alone talk this shit. That's why I have both, that's why I legit have kind of both foot in, the social media, leftist fear, and also the blue collar, on the ground leftist fear things. Because I've walked that fucking shit, but also talked the theory in the social media, the Marxist, my guy, kind of theory. You need to read that, my dude. It's I've done that shit too. So it's I've done both shit. I'm I I wish I was more popular in a way on this kind of front because like I'm really a genuinely a valuable fucking voice for it. Sure, there's maybe some disagreements, maybe on opinions about everything, when it comes to certain things, but when it comes to the brass tacks, the wages, benefits, like the economic things that people struggle with, like that's the fucking thing I know, experience, and I've seen in my own eyes with my own friend group, you Logan as well. Like I've seen this shit. It's like, and it just validates more what I believe when it comes to shit like that right there. That made this shit will be big. I know. That's why I'm such an advocate for shit like this, because that will be. Sean O'Brien, Sean Fain, and all these other unions slowly but surely, building up to this. That's going to be we might see another Haymarket affair. I don't necessarily want to see that, but I mean, where's that book? Yeah, right here. Like when it comes to this fucking shit right here, like when it comes to that, I don't necessarily want to see a 2.0 of that, but we might see that again. I mean, we've been kind of close to that shit already in a way. Because, it takes a lot of fucking genuine blue-collar advocates, maybe they're traitors of the class because they're a little more bougie, or maybe they're a little more conservative leaning on certain issues. But you know what? Who gives a fuck? The fact that they're fucking, saying the brass tacks of things, and there is an olive branch and a class solidarity going on there, that's a bridge. Because, maybe you yourself might be a hardcore wokey, but, what, you think, the hardcore Republican blue-collar guy, is going to be against that shit? No. But you have to establish that fucking bridge first, because they will be open to that. I've had these conversations. I've had it multiple times with people like this. I've even seen it on the online sphere where it's like, you will have, far-right influencers like Ben Shapiro or some shit shitting on unions, shitting on labor, and organized labor, and then you have conservative blue-collar people in the comment sections being like, you're wrong on this. This is actually bullshit. Like, my local, tradesman union is actually pretty good, blah, blah, blah. You'll see that shit. I've seen it. So it's like, these motherfuckers being like, oh, it's all bullshit because they want to fucking, scapegoat the fucking common worker for some wokeism, the woke mind virus, or immigrants and the alien or whatever the fuck. It's like, give me a break. Those are your fucking comrades. Maybe their personal life, might be one way or the other. Maybe they live, in a different part of the world and they want to come to your country and make a better opportunity. Who gives a shit? Maybe they're trans. Maybe they're this. Maybe they're, from another part of the world. Who gives a fuck? They're your brother and sister. Especially not just in labor, but as a species. We're all, we all have commonalities. It's in this weird, hyper right-wing bullshit, whether it's racial, ethnic, cultural, whatever the fuck, and dividing ourselves from this, it's just bullshit. There's so much to learn, so much to embrace, and so much to appreciate when it comes to diversity and multiculturalism. And there are a lot of segments of our society that just cannot comprehend that, let alone even embrace it. It's holy shit. I met, workers, in my own workplace, in the past where they've come from places like Ethiopia, Jamaica, Slovakia. I met coworkers, who have been born and raised in different fucking places in the world, and I honestly have more in common with them than some random conservative average Joe blue collar yokel motherfucker, because they had to struggle and I had to struggle, and I know a lot of people. At least some people I'm, talking to now, it's I know so many people that had to fucking struggle. And those people have more in common with us versus, the people that just had it and just, were able to, coast through shit. It's I don't really fault them because I've also have kind of coasted for certain things, but, I still had to struggle despite that. There are a lot of people that just had to coast and that's all they had to do. And there are some people, even on top of that, have a silver spoon in the mouth, and they just have the privilege to just fucking say, fuck it, who gives a shit? I'm a rich boy. I mean, I barely had that shit. I was only a child. Like, I was literally, like, you know, at most, like, 4 years old when I had that shit. Until the 08, you know, fucking Great Recession. And my mom had cancer around that same time. When that shit hit, all that was lost for me. I actually had, like, a small moment in my childhood where I was coasting. And honestly, that's why I'm such a radical about this shit, because I want that again. Not just for myself, but for fucking everyone else. Because, like, how is that not a norm? I grew up with that, and that was a norm for me. Even post 9/11. You know, so it's like, where in the fuck is that anymore? It ain't there anymore. Unless you're fucking lucky or privileged or have a family that has, like, a lot of wealth that gives it to you, basically, or inherited to you or some shit. It's like, unless you got, you know, those different luxuries and privileges, like, I mean, kind of fucked a little bit. Not a fault of your own. There's nothing about me that is a fault for this shit. It's the socioeconomic conditions in our system. Granted, there's a lot of things that maybe an individual could adapt with that, including myself. But, like, does that have to be, like, the norm, though? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, because there are ways out of this shit. And that's why I tend to be such an advocate for it, because there's a way out of this where we can have a system that, at the barest minimum, at least give us a basic foundation to at least live all right. Maybe not necessarily comfortably because of our capitalistic system, but at least all right. I don't have to necessarily worry about groceries. I don't necessarily have to worry about rent. Maybe I might have to struggle a little bit because I want to save up, you know, maybe for a cool PC or maybe go to a show or whatever. But I don't have to worry about all this other bullshit. And at least for me, I don't really have to worry about it as much, but I still do to a certain extent. Especially when it comes to concerts and wanting to at least live my fucking life and, you know, owing my friends, you know, when it comes to that stuff. But I'm maturing with that. But it's like, especially financially, but it's like, I mean, our whole system is just like wanting to try to extract more and more weight from that opportunity from people. Because, like, I get it. I know, even for, I don't know if Logan's still here, but, like, you know, if you are, but it's like, because I know you were saying the other night, it's like, the only reason why I don't go to shows or this and that, it's like, it's not necessarily worth it because of the time, the money, and all this other shit. It's like, why should we have to, like, you know, juggle that? Like, we should have an opportunity to say, fuck it, let's just, you know, do this for a night and not have to worry about anything, even if we have to call in sick one night or some shit, you know? It's like, we shouldn't have to worry about that. We should be able to have, like, you know, that basic, you know, comfort on top of, you know, like, just being you know? It's like, that's why I'm such a radical with my thing, you know? It's like, and the weird thing is, it's not even radical. It's just saying, like, we want a basic standard of living, and we want it to be good for everybody, you know? It's like, we shouldn't have to be, like, outpriced when it comes to, like, you know, housing, when it comes to groceries. So we should not be outpriced and fucking, like, priced out of the shit. And the fact that it's happening more and more, like, the closer we get to, like, you know, having the Marie Antoinettes, you know, happen and shit, especially when it comes to, like, you know, in France with the, you know, fucking, you know, French Revolutions, like, because that's going to get more closer if this gets worse. And I think that's why the Democrats, you know, to kind of bring it back to that conversation a little bit, like, I think that's why they're kind of placating that a little bit and actually willing to open an olive branch to that, because if they don't, the next election, they're really going to feel the wrath. And I think that's why they want to try to jump on it now versus later. Especially when you got, like, you know, the 2028, you know, general strike going on. Like, that's still going to happen. And I bet that's still going to be pretty radical and be major and big. But the Democrats have a genuine opportunity to make something worthwhile out of that. If you already commented on still here, lol. Well, it just started popping up. I mean, I think, you know, YouTube sometimes, you know, delays the comments because every now and then they'll suddenly, like, rapid fire really quick, and it just did that. So I don't think, they're always, up to date when it comes to comments. So my bad if I might miss some. I think YouTube is delaying it. And just hitting them all at once. Because I think that's what happened. Legitimate. Okay, yeah, that was the last time it kind of bulked me. Spot gets smaller and I get bigger. Yeah. Service fat. Yeah, man, I'm still listening. Well, okay, well, yeah. Well, I read all that. I was like some eating salt water rather than cancer with Trump. I mean, yeah, that's true. But at least when it comes to Kamala, that's at least, not salt water. If anything, that's actually kind of like some like mineral water. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but you know what? There's something to it. It's like, I get a little something out of this. My phone's just being dumb just now. Well, like I said, I mean, YouTube will spam comments at me in bulk sometimes just because they don't load them all at once. It has done that a few times. And it did do that a couple times, including just now, so forgive me if it... Sometimes I don't read the comments right off the bat because they do kind of like... Just suddenly, like, just bombard me out of nowhere. I just read the immediate ones I see. But either way, honestly, I mean, I don't think we really disagree with anything that we're saying, though. I mean, just, all in all, my list when it comes to this, just because, like, I mean, it all comes from the broader same sentiment. I mean, I tend to be a little bit more, I guess, like a direct action, like, pressure, like leftist activist kind of guy about it. But, I mean, because I'm not like, at least for now, I'm not like, Mamala, did you just fall from a coconut tree? Let's vote. Yeah, Mamala. Like, I'm not quite there yet. But you know what? I'm on the meme it. I'm going to meme it, though. So, I mean, because like I said, I'm not really critical against it. I got my cautious, like, perspective about it, but I'm not even gonna really fucking even be critical about it, honestly, because, like, I mean, so far she, like, has generally kind of impressed me a little bit. Considering her record as a politician and as a cop, she's generally kind of impressed me so far. I mean, that's kind of why I'm still a little cautious, because it's like there's different elements about a record where she has really, like, proven that she's changed on yet. So if she's at least, able to do that, from now into election day, then honestly, I might. I guess, honestly, at this point, I'm kind of a coin toss with her. I'm not really, like, as cynical about it like I was with Biden. Or really anyone else, frankly. Fucking hell, can these hiccups go away? Music is that. Shit. I think that was that was Chincha Bedeches. Chincha Bedeches. But I forgot exactly what song it was called. But now it's fucking Rammstein. It says Exact by Rammstein now, but yeah, it doesn't. God damn it! It doesn't show exactly what the song is because it doesn't show me, but I know it was. I know that band was Chincha Bedeches. I just forgot exactly what song though. Yeah, at the end of work, when my oops, hold on. I already have you on this mod. Okay, never mind. I just uh, uh, at the end of work, when my manager left to delivery, which is fucked. She shouldn't be taking deliveries. 3 or 4 of us got together and talked about how this place isn't doing this right. I'll think about quitting. That's kind of what's going on in my work, dude. There's been a few times where, like, a few people have actually straight up walked out or got sent home because they got too distraught because of the ops manager for delis in general for our district. Because she's been on our deli for, like, the last couple days and is out in Salem, by the way. So she's, like, having to travel from Salem where she's, like, coming up to our department at 6 in the morning and then is leaving at like fucking 4 and then has to come back again at 6 in the morning. And especially my department manager, outside of a couple other people, everyone thinks she's a bitch. And even like my department manager verbatim says, like, I hate using this word, but she's straight up a cunt. And I hate using that word. I don't even like using that word, but it's bad when I use that word. But she's a cunt. Like, she straight up said that. I'm just like, and honestly, what's weird though, every interaction with me with her is actually kind of nice, and she's actually chill. And weirdly enough, I think it's because I've been working there for so long. And every time she's talking about, like, oh, about, like, clean this, or I want you to, like, deep clean this and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, oh, I know how to do that. I know what clean materials to use. I know that. Oh, yeah, that. Oh, yeah, this is just part of day cleaning. Shit like that. And she's like, oh, okay. And it's kind of like, all right, well, I trust you enough. And then she just kind of fucks off. Like, legit. So she's actually nice with me, but I've heard way too much from literally everybody else, including Morning Crew. I'm not kidding, dude. Every fucking day, like, she has legit made my department manager, the main cook Taylor, and our salad morning person, Marnie. She's made all of them cry every fucking day, and every now and then, like, it's literally either 1 or 2 of them will literally just straight fucking either get sent home or walk away and just fucking leave for the day because of how fucking distraught and abused and how treated like shit they get. And it's like, whoa. It makes me realize, like, you know what? Like, I complain about how they don't take care of the dishes or certain things like that or whatever the fuck, but oh my God, it legit made me realize, like, I mean, you know what? Like, whatever flaws they had is nothing in comparison to what's going on right now. And even for me, dude, like, I'll show up, like, oh my God, today, we have a new cook. We actually got 2 new hires. One of them I don't know or have never met, and I probably won't because he is literally so early in the morning when he leaves his shift. It's like 2. I show up for at earliest at 3. So I'd never seen him. But there's another guy who's, probably going to be a mid-shift and a cook, so I've seen him already. He's actually pretty cool. His name, honestly, his name is so badass, I want to say it, but I don't want to, honestly. But his name is so badass, so I'll tell you privately. But, like, dude, he's actually pretty cool. He's got, like, this cool, like, Wiccan pendant, some tats, and like a few other like things on him and shit. Like, he's actually kind of cool. Like, I think him and I would be chill as fuck, but I've only met him once and pretty much been like, hey, what's your name? Oh, my name's So-So. My name's So-So. Nice to meet you, man. It's like, we might work together, stuff. What's, is your next say, this? No, it's this. Oh, well, I'll probably see you on this day if you're working that day. I am. Okay, cool. Like, that was it, and then he left. So, I mean, I didn't really talk to him that much, but just seeing the aesthetic of him, I'm just like, I think we might be chill as fuck. But I need to at least let them know, like, as you're like doing your shit when it comes to cooking, try to clean as you go. Because, dude, the prep sink in the back was beyond bunk. Beyond bunk. It was insane. I had to like take multiple scrubbies and like I don't know what he did to it. I was like, bro, what did you do to this? Like thinking about it, like, you know, as I'm about to leave, and I'm just like, what the fuck happened here? And I'm just like, you know what? What really happened here? This is like the dirtiest I've seen this place. At least for the prep sink. It's like, bruh, what did you do? Oh no! Oh my god! It's like, dude, like every wall of the prep sink was caked with like chicken blood powder, flour shit, and all that stuff. It's like, how I've never seen it that bad. It's like, how in the fuck do you get? You know, honestly, I need to start taking pictures of what's going on lately because it's hard to explain some of the shit. Well, you know what? I just realized I can't really show it on stream. God fucking damn it! I really want to show it on stream though because oh my god, dude, some of the shit that I'm trying. It's hard to explain unless I just show it because, bruh. And dude, the amount of fucking flat sheet pans when it comes, you know, because we'll use those for like making meatloaves, you know, whole roasted chickens, grilled, you know, all that shit. We have it all in there. But like, why in the fuck did we use so many of them today? Like, the main sink was literally filled with 20 of them. And that was just that sink. And there's like 5 others scattered everywhere because they're all dirty and shit. It's like, how in the fuck did you use so many of these things? I mean, at most, like 15 are used. At most. And even then, that's ridiculous. Like, how in the fuck was so many of these things used? It is insane. It actually, like, pissed me off when I, like, because I came back from lunch and I was like, all right, let's, you know, start catching up on dishes. And I, you know, emptied out that sink and I looked and I was like, why is there so many pans? I thought there was, like, maybe separation because of other pans, you know, different pans and shit. No. It was straight up just 20 pans stacked in that sink. And I sat there and I just went, I literally did this. I was like, bro, this needs to change. Like, I was like, bro, I could give a fuck if, like, you know, they got some product or some production or whatever. Like, they gotta catch on this shit up. I can't be just sitting there fucking dealing with that shit. I got other cleaning duties I need to do. Especially with this fucking deep cleaning walkthrough bullshit. Sacrifice karaoke time, you know, on Friday and Saturday for this bullshit, you know, having to say midnight or 11 or whatever. It's like, I mean, give me some fucking, you know, like, you know, where I don't have to worry about this bullshit. It's like, goddamn, dude. Do your fucking job so I can do my job so I don't have to stay there until midnight or 11 or 11:30 or whatever the fuck. I mean, seriously, like, that's bullshit. I shouldn't have to deal with that because that drags me on doing all my other shit, including cleaning the fryers, you know, slowly, you know, but surely, you know, condensing and closing the hot cases, the meat counter when it comes to the slicers, the salad cases. I mean, I can get all that shit done and lickety split too, but if they don't do their fucking job in the morning, I'm fucked. I mean, I get delayed a lot where I have to catch up on their bullshit. Then, you know, slowly but surely, you know, I catch up on everything else as I'm doing with that. So I get paid more to do more intense work. Exactly. Because you and I are paid by the hour. You get more tips because you work in, you know, the industry that you work in. But, I mean, you know, it's literally like a once in a blue moon if a customer has to be nice enough. But, like, you know, for the most part, it's like, it's fucked. If no one else wants to catch up on their shit because they want to be lazy or just like oh, this is my job and I don't have to do anything else and just not do it, then I get fucked, basically. It's not just me either. Like, because if I'm not working, then all my other coworkers get fucked because they have to deal with that shit. And what's honestly annoying is that there's a lot of people in the morning that aren't that bad about it, but there are certain people that just are, and they are more than capable of catching up and dealing with those dishes, but just won't. And it's like, and all the other people that are capable of doing that are either busy doing customers, production, or whatever the fuck else, and they can't really pay attention to that immediately. And it's like, and if they're not going to do anything, and they're too busy doing other shit, and when it comes to people who will actually do something, then it just doesn't get done. And those motherfuckers need to honestly, like, I love and bless their hearts, but, like, I mean, you at least, like, I mean, just do something. At least soak them with hot water and then, you know, like, spritz them or some shit. Like, because honestly, I know for a fact it's easy when it comes to the cooking shit. You know, when it comes to cleaning that type of stuff, it's easy as shit. Well, now, because I've done it, I did it earlier today. I had to make some grilled chicken on a sheet pan and add to that insane pile of sheet pans I had to deal with tonight. And that was probably the easiest sheet pan because once I got all that, you know, baked chicken out and then I put that in the sink, I immediately put soap, you know, on it, put the power wash on it, and pretty much all the hard debris just went right the fuck off immediately. And then there's like a few, you know, chunks that were still left. I soaked it for like 30 minutes. And once I started catching up on dishes after I, you know, put that out and all sort of shit, it was just right off. Right off. That easy. And all you have to do is actually just fucking do a quick clean. Clean as you go, basically. That philosophy. Clean as you go. And honestly, clean things in the long run are way fucking easier than later. All you have to do is just clean as you go, even if you have to soak some shit for another 30 minutes or an hour. Because either you get sidetracked or you get some other shit or whatever. Like, who cares? But like, if you at least clean as you go and you at least focus on that really quick before you deal with anything else, oh my god, it makes the job so much easier. Genuinely, in every fucking way. I hate the fact that the morning crew just does not get that shit. But, you know, like I said from earlier, it's like considering the current ops and all this other shit that are in our department right now dealing with all this bullshit, like, I do sympathize with them right now because a lot of them legit, like, either got sent home or just left, you know, and sadly have let me more fucked, but it's not inherently their fault at this point. Fuckers who are, you know, trying to run our shit and they don't know how our shit actually runs because they've never been on our store. They don't know how or what we operate with. They don't know any of this shit. So we just get fucked and we just have to pretty much keep our head down and then just like do what they want us, you know, to do and hope for the best that they don't fuck on us hard enough. That's basically it. And honestly, what's so fucked, even if some of us, like me, slack a little bit, my manager gets the brunt and the fucking, you know, bullshit out of all of it. Like, straight up. My manager is, you know, like I said, straight crying and walked out because of her ass. When it comes to our ops manager, it's like, what the fuck does she have to, like, what the fuck does she have to do for any of this? And also, who the fuck are you to fucking, like, dictate and be like, I know what I'm doing, but you don't know what the fuck our operations are. Yeah, you know how to operate a deli department, at least as a foundation when it comes to corporate standards, but every store operates a little differently with shit like this. At least recognize what our fucking, you know, needs are and what our variables are and all that shit, and go from there. Don't try to fucking step in and be like, I know better, because you don't. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, I don't really have the voice to fucking, you know, air that grievance, but holy shit if I did. And now also what's stupid, it's like she really respects me. It's like, so it's like, I don't want to like be an asshole, but it's like, I hear too much of how much you're genuinely a bitch to my coworkers, to my manager, and to my fellow employees, and these are my brothers and sisters in labor. Like, I care more about them than you. Sorry. I don't care how much you respect me or give me lax, because I've been there for, like, what, 8 fucking years or whatever. Like, I don't give a shit. I care more about them. I'm more passionate about them and their well-being more than your ass, even if I got problems with them. Even with my morning crew. Like, straight up. I care more about them than her ass. And she wants to fuck on them and make them, like, have their lives miserable and make them to the point where they either get sent home or walk off because they literally are so distraught because of how much of a cunt you are. I don't care how friendly you are with me. I hear this shit. And my manager and my other coworkers aren't going to fucking lie to me about bullshit like that. Like, what, you think I'm going to fucking look at you with respect? The only risk, the barest minimal, at least on a service level, I will. But as soon as you give me lip, I'm going to start giving lip back. And very fucking quickly. Especially with how my fucking coworkers who I've worked with way fucking longer have been treated. And even I got problems with them. But, like, at least I've actually genuinely have worked with them. I've, like, have camaraderie with them. Like, we work in the same department and have done all this shit. But this motherfucker hasn't. It's like, sorry, but I don't care how much you respect me. I don't respect this insulting, abusive bullshit that you're doing to the rest of my department where it makes my fucking job way fucking harder. Not just mine, but everyone else's. Because you want to fucking, step in and, know better or whatever the fuck. It's like, guess what? This ain't Salem. This isn't fucking Salem. This fucking Milwaukee, bitch. We do shit differently here. Either adapt or get the fuck out. Like, straight up. And that's what pissed me off. Because I say the same thing if I was in Lakeville, Westland, or any of these other fucking stores in those communities. I'd say the same fucking shit. Like, who the fuck? Dude, they got it right to fucking dictate how we ought to operate because they happen to be an ops manager in the district and say, happens to be part yeah, whatever. Good for you. You don't know how the fucking shit works up here. You live down south in Salem. Like, honestly, the only reason why Salem's worth a fuck is because it's Oregon state capital. So, ooh. Fancy. You live in Salem. What, you want a fucking cookie? It's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, deadass, Eugene, even Medford has more value and more significance in Oregon than fucking Salem. Oregon City was, like, originally, the capital of Oregon. And that has more value and recognition in Oregon than fucking Salem. Like, what's Salem known for? Like, oh, it's the new capital. It's got some cool architecture sometimes. It's literally like the most ultimate southern point of, like, Portland, basically. Like, it's pretty much like the wannabe Portland of Oregon. That's pretty much just how I see it. There's not really much of significance as far as I'm aware. I've been there multiple times, and there just really isn't much outside its state capital and Oregon history. That's all they got going for it. And even then, like, Oregon City's got way more rich history, in comparison to there, just because Oregon City's been the capital of Oregon way longer than that. And it just does. It just has more richer history. A lot more of that, like, trade union, like, kind of like blue collar work, that immigration, history and shit. Like, like the whole valley, especially up here around the Portland, Lake Milwaukee, like, this whole area of the Willamette Valley is just way more historically rich than fucking Salem. I'm not even trying to dog on Salem at this point. I'm just, it's kind of the truth. I mean, I'm not even trying to fuck on Salem, honestly. I mean, Salem is a cool place. I mean, it is. But for significance, though, it's like, come on. It's like, There are so many places in Oregon that are just fundamentally way more rich in history, culture, and everything else than Salem. Sorry, it's kind of the truth a little. I mean, Eugene, Portland, like pretty much everywhere that is around Salem is more rich in history, culture, vibrance, vibes, everything. It's just everything. It's kind of the truth. I mean, just a little bit. I mean, I've been to Salem enough times where it's just like there's not much going there. There's some stuff. It's not like there's nothing going on there. I mean, there's shit going there, but in comparison to like Eugene, Portland, like everything that's like the scene kind of shit, whether it's like punk or whatever the fuck, it's whatever it is, name it. It's like it's always outside of Salem. It's either Portland or like smaller towns in Oregon shit, Eugene, Medford, like it's Bend, like it's all these other places, but not Salem. And honestly, it's like I kind of want Salem to be like kind of a cool spot, but everything that's cool is outside of it. I mean, it's like, come on. To bring it full circle of the work bullshit and the frustration with that, it's like this bitch wants to like come from Salem and be like, I know better. It's like you literally come from yokel bumblefuck who gives a shit fucking Salem land. Like, you're in a fucking city that literally no one could give a fuck about. And if anything, we're only reminded that it exists because it's the Oregon capital. That's the only reason why we even are reminded that it exists. It's because it's the Oregon state capital. That's it. That's the only reason why we know it exists. Okay? So, don't give me another reason to remember that it exists. Like, give me a break. Like, Jesus. Especially with that shit, like, it's not positive. Especially of how she's treated my fucking coworkers up here. It's like, I don't care what your bullshit is, or your excuses are, or how high up in the fucking, caste system of corporation, when it comes to this shit. I don't give a fuck. Don't treat my people like shit. Because I got my problems, but you know what? They're my people. I can fucking complain about that shit. Because I have to deal with that directly. This bitch don't. She don't know what the fuck, it is. So she got nowhere to complain. And she could fuck off. Like, hey, rizz me up, rizz us up, compliment us, and actually, tell us we're doing a good job. But don't fuck on us. Because you don't know what in the iota or an atomic particle of a fuck that we have to deal with. So don't give me the shit. Not just me, but my manager or anyone else. Don't give us this shit. Because not only do we not deserve it, but we bust our fucking asses, to make sure it's right. Not all of us. Like I said, I mean, I got flaws, and complaints, about other people, but still, it's like, I got that fucking right to talk about that shit. Not this bitch. She don't know. Dude, even my manager earlier tonight, like, she's having to do inventory and deep cleaning too at late night, and dude, what the fuck? Punk banger after punk banger. But she was like, yo, what the fuck? She cleaned out her freezer. She did this and that. And I was like, yeah, I wasn't sure you were okay with that, but I didn't say anything because I didn't want to intervene because I already heard that she was being a bitch, blah, blah, blah. And so she was like, she literally went like, she literally did that and just like, she's fucking my shit up. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. Like, she's wanting to order this and that and all this stuff. It's like, but I tell her that this is not what we need to do or want to do because it's not what we need. This is not what we need for our store. And she's like, oh, well, it's like, this is normal for all the other stores and I know how to order. And also, bless my manager's heart, like she deep cleaned our fucking fires and shit, like, you know, scrubbing all the grease and all that shit off, you know, the surfaces of it. And apparently to her, oh, it's not, you know, clean to satisfactory. It's not satisfactory to her. Even though my manager literally, like, honestly, it was kind of weird. She was in her tank top in a sports bra, like, fucking, you know, like, deep cleaning the shit last night while I was like, can I please leave early? You know, for karaoke night and shit on Friday. It's like, and, you know, but she was in a tank top and a sports bra, deep cleaning the shit, sweating her ass off. And I was like, this is the first time I've seen her like this. What the I was like, whoa. I never seen my manager look like that. I never seen her so exposed and sweaty. It's like, whoa. But, I mean, you know, and despite busting her ass doing that shit, not satisfactory enough. And also, when I came into work today, I was like, these fucking fires in the fucking walls and all shit. Like, I was like, whoa, this is fucking like a night and day difference. I was like complimenting her work, and then I heard the grapevine about, oh, apparently, you know, she didn't do a good enough job. She wants you to, like, surface clean that. Because the assistant store director staring at me like, you got an earbud in your, you know, and then, you know, her being like, oh yeah, I wanted you to, like, you know, do the surface clean on the fires and the walls and blah, 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 in the oven. And I was like, well, this is already normal cleaning procedures for me. So this is just usual shit. She's like, oh, okay. And then she just pretty much immediately fucked off. But then my manager came in around 9 or 10 and told me about, like, oh yeah, she was not satisfied with, you know, our hot cases being degreased and all that shit. She was not satisfied with the fires, you know, being degreased and cleaned. I was like, what? I looked at her, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, there's a night and day difference, even though there still is work in progress for these fucking sections of our department. It's like, there's literally a night and day difference. And she's like, oh, she still wants to bitch about it? She doesn't immediately do that to me. She just tells me, it's like, oh, well, things are looking great, but I just want, you know, like, she compliments shit to me, but not directly to me or anything. She just says, oh, things are all right. You know, I just want to make sure that these things stay consistent, pretty much, basically. But, like, apparently to everyone else, she, like, shits on them and shits on their work. I guess implicitly to me, too. It's like, huh? It's like, there's a 9-day difference with the fucking shit we're doing. And what, you can't even fucking acknowledge or, like, compliment that, even if there is still a work in progress? Because guess what? It's going to take more than one fucking deep cleaning night or a few deep cleaning nights to fucking clean this shit. And honestly, a lot of shit she wants to do hasn't been touched in fucking since I've been hired. So it's like a lot of the shit that needs to be deep cleaned, it needs multiple days because it hasn't been touched since I got fucking hired, basically. So, which, you know, 8 years. So it's like there's literally 8 years of grime and bullshit in some parts of our department where she wants us to, like, make it sparkling, spanking new, like the store just opened, basically, overnight. It's like, literally, that will never happen. That is fucking fundamentally impossible in every atomic, cosmic fucking way, let alone, like, in a literal way. It's like, it takes multiple days for that shit to happen. But, oh, not satisfactory enough. It's like, get the fuck out of here. It's like, go back to Salem and fuck off. Like, I mean, quit bitching at our shit because, you know, we're busting our ass and yet you can't fucking be satisfied. It's like, get out of here. I'd rather take, you know, all these other department managers and all these other op managers and shit that are coming in because, like, they really enough to compliment me and want to steal me for, you know, for their stores. I had the deli department manager from Lake Oswego, apparently, because he was, you know, helping clean, you know, some stuff at our store, you know, the other day. And he knows about me and knows me by my name. It's like, yeah, I wish I could have him in my department. He's great. I heard a lot of great things about him. I'm just like, yeah, I'm doing my good shit, and I try to do what I can, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, I wish I could have you for my store and let go. And I was like, no. Number one, bougie. It's like, oh, bougie NIMBYs and shit. Like, no, I don't. No. There's already a few bougie nibs out here. So, there's like already a few bougie nibs out here as it is. I don't need, a literal community full of bougie NIMBY liberals. I do not need a full community of that. Having a garnish of that is enough, okay? I don't need a whole community literally dedicated to being bougie liberal NIMBYs. I don't need that. I will never go to Lake O. I mean, I'll visit that place, but I'll never fucking, like, work over there, live over there. Nope. Bougie Central. It's either Happy Valley or Westland. There's a few places that are probably just as or fundamentally way more bougie than Lake O, but Lake O's bougie as shit. Like, straight up. Westland is fundamentally and objectively more bourgeois and NIMBY as fuck. In every way. But Lake O, not as bad, but it's still bougie and NIMBY. And I don't want to be there. It's already bad enough. Just straight up. Kind of like I was going to say I was going to wrap it up like an hour ago, but then I ended up rambling for way longer. Pretty much done for a night, but I've gone, man. Just got back from running dogs to the park. Hell yeah. YouTube did not catch up with any of that and just spammed all that at once. So, whatever. Fuck YouTube, I guess, when it comes to that. But I'll at least get myself some food and all that shit. So, anyway, peace out and see y'all in that next one. Toodaloo.